The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome live to USJ Gymnasium here in North Jackson, Tennessee. And it is a crosstown rivalry tonight, a doubleheader with the USJ Bruins and Lady Bruins taking on the Jackson Christian School Eagles and Lady Eagles. I'm Steve Beverly, joined by Alexander Bitterling, who will be bringing you the play-by-play of the women's game, and I'll be doing for the men's game tonight. We call them women and men, even though I know they still call them boys and girls. We like to make them feel a little more mature, Alexander.
We do, and these two teams play like they are very mature, so they can deserve that title tonight.
That's exactly right. When these teams met 2.5 weeks ago over across town, USJ absolutely just surgically took apart JCS in the girls' game with that all-court pressure and kept it up all game long, winning 45-26. And we have no reason to believe they're going to do anything any differently tonight here in the opener. And when the guys met, it was a 40-36 victory for JC, but home court advantage changes tonight, so it'll be interesting to see how that one shapes up. But right now the players are getting ready to for the Star Spangled Banner tonight, and then we'll have the introductions of all of them, and it should be good. Not quite as big a crowd as we had with that monster turnout we had for the Trinity game on Friday night. It was one of the best high school atmospheres that I have seen in years. And Alexander, it was a blast calling that game.
It absolutely was. And viewers, if you missed that game, go check it out on the archives over at Worthy Road Studios YouTube, because it was two great games. The atmosphere was electric. You want to watch those.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by a number of fine sponsors across West Tennessee, and you'll be seeing their messages tonight. We hope you will all go by and tell our fine sponsors that we are very, very pleased, and that you are very pleased that they are sponsoring Bruin basketball right here on the Ballpark Blitz Sports Network, powered by Worthy Road Studios. And we're about set to go for the tip-off after the introduction of the players. Let's take a brief break, and we'll be right back.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. we offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with elite dental care, and let your smile say it all.
And back we are for the introduction of our starters tonight for USJ and JCS. We hope you are going to enjoy this evening as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. And the descriptions and the accounts of tonight's game are strictly the property of Worthy Road Studios. Any other use or any recording of the descriptions and accounts of tonight's game without the expressed written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. And the announcers on this broadcast have been selected by Worthy Road Studios, and when payday rolls around, we are very happy that that has happened. And now the lights are about to go down, and you got that spectacular introduction of the Lady Bruins. Here's Mia Powell.
Number 20, Number 21,
Ava Barham. She'll be underneath, and she'll be waiting on those passes to get those easy layups. And there you go. And we're about set to tip it off. And so, to bring you all the play-by-play, here are Mr. and Mrs. Bitterling's boy, Alexander.
Well, Steve, you mentioned my parents. I think they're actually watching tonight. So hi to you, Mom and Dad. Hi to the rest of the family. We've got a good ball game right here.
Tell them what their first names are.
Craig and Heather.
Craig and Heather.
I don't say those two names very often.
I know, but you got to call them Mom and Dad back. Craig and Heather, he's doing a super job here tonight, and I'm proud of him. And he's going to do a great job calling this one.
Well, Steve, it's going to be a great game. And like you mentioned, the Bruins cruised past the Eagles earlier this season, so we don't expect a lot different. But the Eagles definitely have to go into this with a different game plan.
The all-court pressure is what to watch from start to finish in this one that Joel and Ashley Ayers have. And we'll see if Tony Schutz can make any kind of adjustment to that.
Ava Barham wins the tip, and she was unstoppable. 21 points in the last matchup between these two teams. A lot of pressure already from the Eagles. Haylin Ayers driving up the baseline, a quick jumper and ring it up.
Oh, that young lady has more talent than a lot of seniors. And you'll see it all night long. And there they are. You see, they're almost triple teaming the ball.
Tipped away by Haylin Ayers, and another possession now for the Bruins. A big three. A little too short. So here come the Eagles the other way. The first time getting the ball across half court. The layup attempt's no good. But getting the rebound and the putback there is number 15, Trinity Brooks.
Well, Trinity is also one. You see her on the softball field, and we'll be seeing her there very, very shortly.
High sky pass over to Haylin Ayers. She drives in for two.
And traveling called. It's just one of those things when you're going down for the rebound and you're already on the downward flight, they're going to get you for it.
So the Bruins were fighting for that second chance opportunity and just weren't able to get it because of that travel. But look at this, the Eagles tied up in the full court press.
This is a man-to-man pressure here, and it is relentless. See, they've got them tied up. She's not going to get it across midcourt.
This is going to be the Bruins basketball. Stella Spencer's going to inbound it. And just like that, the full court press already working for the Bruins. Almost tipped away.
Dangerous cross-court pass.
Mia Powell with the ball at the logo. Into Ava Barham. And they just don't have a stop for that.
That is where she is going to eat their lunch tonight, particularly if she gets a step on the defender.
Eagles trying to rush it the other way. And the basket's good and the foul's called.
And I can see what Tony Schutz is at least attempting to do at this point is to try to beat that press with speed.
And that's how you've got to do it. Taylor Baines gets the basket to fall, and she'll get an opportunity here from the line.
And this is critical for this JC team to be able to do that. Look at that on the offensive rebound.
What a great rebound and putback there.
Elena Yarbrough just really was ahead of everybody. They just didn't block out.
So the Eagles up to a lead, but Ava Barham misses the shot. It looked like it was going to go in. Eagles come back the other way, a chance to add on. A good drive to the basket, but foul's going to be called.
And Tony is aggressively having his team go after the basket tonight.
Mia Powell commits the foul on that one. So both teams looked like they thought it was going to be a shooting foul.
Yeah, I did too because she went in for it, but apparently they said the foul was before the shot, so wipe that off.
Ellen Driver checks in for Mia Powell. The Eagles get the ball inside.
Yep, she dribbled on the line. That's one of those things that if you get too close to that baseline, you're in trouble, particularly if you're on the dribble.
The Bruins looking here to tie this ball game back up. A little bit different a start than what we expected, Steve.
That's exactly right, and foul is called on Trinity Brooks. So they're actually trying to employ their own brand of full court pressure, but just not as deep as what you see. And here's what the Airs are doing is they're trying to spread this thing out.
Stella Spencer had a look in the corner, but chose not to take it. Now she's all tied up.
And Tony Schutz is trying to get a traveling call there. He had those arms going in rotation.
Haylin Ayers an opportunity to reset the offense for the Bruins.
And you got an offensive foul. So we're seeing some mistakes from the Lady Bruins that we did not see them commit the first time out, but they've got all five up front. This is going to be a hard one just to get it in. And traveling. And I can see a puzzled expression on the face of Carly Holt. That's already the fourth turnover that they have forced on the Lady Eagles.
Haylin Ayers a little pull-up jumper off the mark. She's missed a couple already today.
It's going to go back to the Bruins again. Yeah, shooting is a little bit off to start with. 2 out of 6 from the floor for the Lady Bruins.
Ball way up there for Carly Hayes and back right to Haylin Ayers. She gets the good bounce.
I can tell you there are seniors who do not have that kind of skill at being able to navigate that one and then go through the defenders left-handed.
Haylin Ayers playing great defense as well. She gets right back to it on both sides of the floor. Trying to draw a foul, but it's going to end up in the hands of the Bruins. Way over to the corner here. Pull up three. Yes,
right
ring it up.
Right through the heart for Carly Hayes. They've already picked up 7 points off turnovers.
You've got to know that Carly Hayes is a shooter, and you can't let her get open in the corner. The Eagles trying to rush it. And that one just didn't have the height for it.
Well, that was a little bit feeling the footsteps of Ava Barham behind her. And an offensive foul is charged to Haylin Ayers.
Haylin Ayers just got ahead of herself a little bit there, and she was ahead of the dribble and made that contact to commit the foul.
We've already seen 3 offensive fouls called between these two teams.
Eagles trying to inbound the ball here, running out of time. Eagles trying to beat this press, and they've got to hurry. That's the one key to beating the press. Doing a decent job, but they turn it over immediately right there.
And again, the speed of the Bruins takes hold, and those dangerous cross-court passes, but somehow they begin to navigate it.
Haylin Ayers here at the logo. She's got to get it across that line. Another three for Carly Hayes, just off the mark.
And you got Tony Schutz having a, shall we say, a mild discussion with the official. Now look at that full court pressure. Now it's triangle at that point.
So Eagles get it across, and they're trying to rush this offense all game long as that one falls in.
Nice fall away jumper by Taylor Baines.
Taylor Baines has 4 in this ball game already. It's a 1-point game right now. Haylin Ayers double teamed. They're calling the foul on that one. It was so close to a travel. In fact, the Eagles bench thought it was.
It was too aggressive. Haylin is playing a little bit of guard and forward tonight.
Driver in the corner, and she almost tied up, but gets the great pass.
Well, that's just knowing exactly where your post player is, and Ava, just no stopping her at that point. Got the Plinko drop on that, Elena Yarbrough.
Elena Yarbrough with 4 as well. Now a little bit of more pressure from the Eagles on the defensive side of things. The Bruins barely holding on to this 1-point lead right now. This wasn't what they expected to see from the Eagles in the first quarter. Sophie King with the ball, and you can see that the Bruins are struggling just to get anywhere near the paint. As that one, Driver's forced just to throw one up.
Yeah, that was one of those ill-advised shots. She'd been better off to have knocked it back outside.
Eagles doing a good job of moving the ball as Ava Barham is called for the foul.
I can see that Tony has looked very, very closely at the video of that first game that these two teams played, and he's tried to make some adjustments in speed and also trying to attack the basket more.
The Bruins need to get back to controlling the pace of this ball game. The Eagles have matched that pace, but the Bruins typically do such a good job of being faster than the other team.
And this Bruin team is one that seemed to have improved with every single game that they play.
Tess Little holding the ball up by the logo. She was trying to direct some traffic. And the Eagles really taking their time with this possession.
There's a big battle going on between Carly Hayes and Lily Barnes on the inside. They are battling it.
A pull up 2 right here. Gets the friendly bounce off the bank.
Well, Elena is having herself quite a first quarter.
So just like that, the Eagles back on top, 12-11. And as you can see, the Bruins kind of struggling here on offense. Haylin Ayers wide open for 3.
She has that smooth delivery, even when she misses. It's just, you're watching just artistic the way she shoots.
7 points for Haylin Ayers in this quarter. Sophie King playing some great defense there, and the ball's going to come back the Bruins' way.
That is the 7th turnover now on the Bruins, on the Eagles. USJ has committed 3 and picked up 7 points off those turnovers. Well, they're beginning to get in here now. It's not quite like Friday night, but the home side is about packed in here.
It is. The fans always show up to support their Bruins, particularly on a big hometown rivalry game like this. Stella Spencer picks up her dribble. Bruins not doing too much movement on offense right now. Haylin Ayers kind of trapped with the ball at this point.
Ava's calling for it in the paint.
And Ava Barham was the mismatch that we saw last game these two teams played. She had 21 points, but like you said, she's calling for it, and she's not getting it right now.
Well, they'll probably play it for the final opportunity, and that's what Tony is calling for.
Trinity Brooks trying to motion to get this team moving around. Tess Little right at the logo, less than 5 to shoot. It's tipped away by the Bruins. Desperation shot off the top of the rim. Excuse me, off the top of the backboard. 14-12 at the end of the first quarter. And, Steve, that wasn't what we expected to see.
No, it's not at all, because the press did not have as much of a throttle against the Lady Eagles as we saw in the first game. It will be interesting to see how these coaches make adjustments with each other.
Absolutely. 14-12 your score at the end of the first. We'll take a quick break and be back with the next quarter of action.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
(14-12) your score as we head into the second quarter of action. Steve, the Bruins, what do they need to do to regain control of this ballgame?
I don't think they need to do anything more than continue to apply the pressure on defense. And then also, they just got to be I think they need to use Ava Barham. They've been trying to shoot more from outside, but they need to go inside to Ava. She's been bread and butter for them in the last few games.
Stripped away here by Carly Hayes, and the Bruins are going to get the ball back. Carly Hayes, that defense turning into offense here.
Ava keeps calling for it.
She's going to get it here and an easy layup. That's why she keeps calling for it. She's got 6 points now. She knows that there's a mismatch down there in the paint. Throws that one up wildly. Nowhere close.
Boy, Ava was almost, and that's going to be a jump ball on the alternate possessions going back to the Lady Bruins.
So Carly Hayes smart there to go ahead and grab a hold of the ball to get the jump ball.
The Lady Eagles were 6 out of 10 from the floor in that first quarter, 60%. That's huge.
That's one of those things that if you're the Bruins, you know they're not going to shoot that well the whole game. So hold on, keep playing the tight defense, and make sure that you're being smart on offense.
Elena Yarbrough adroitly knocking that one away, because Ava Barham, had she gotten a hold of that ball, she was right there for the layup.
And you can see that a lot of times they're double-teaming Ava Barham. She gets it out there in the corner. She doesn't typically play too far outside the arc like that. Wide open. They left her open, and she makes them pay.
That's, again, what I talk about, an artistic shot from Halen Ayers, and she already has 10 in the game.
You don't have to know. And blocked there by Stella Spencer off the pass. She gets it into Halen Ayers. But just the pass was a little too much to the right of Halen Ayers. Wasn't able to corral it in.
Yeah, double turnover.
So the Bruins jump out to a big lead here. Largest of the ball game. They've outscored the Eagles 5-0 here in the second quarter. That's going to be a foul there on Lily Teague.
That's Lily's first. Fouls have not been a big factor in this game in the first quarter and the early part of this second, because we've only been to the free throw line one time tonight. That was Taylor Baines in the first quarter.
Tell you what, Steve, if too many more Bruins fans get in the building, they might take our seats away. We might have to stand for the rest of this one.
I was about crushed when somebody came by just a moment ago.
The Eagles still trying to develop this offense, and you can tell a foul there. That one's going to be on Carly Hayes, I believe, but it seems like the defense from the Bruins is just much stronger than the Eagles' offense is.
It is, and the big challenge they're going to have right now for particularly the Eagles team, you got to hit them from the free throw line, as you've got a two-shot opportunity right now for Elena Yarbury. You got to hit them from the free throw line, but you've got to force turnovers yourself. That's a hard thing to do against the Lady Bruins.
Yarbrough connects for that one. The first point of the second quarter for the Eagles. And just like that, she's got 7 points, the lead scorer for the Eagles. And she's cashed from the second one as well. Trinity Brooks applying some pressure. Into Driver. She didn't have a shot, though. Passes it right back out.
Yeah, they were double-teaming her underneath, and she was just sandwiched.
Stella Spencer up for Ava Barham. Barham off balance, but able to get it.
That's where you use the dribble. A lot of times coaches don't like for you to go to the dribble, and Ava is going to be called for the foul on that one. That's her second. A lot of times coaches don't like for you to go to the dribble, but that was perfect use of it to back up and give herself room, not have to be forced to use the reverse layup.
Yep, as you said, she was right under the rim. And so she had to go over to the right a little bit, use that dribble, and find a better angle. That foul there is going to send Trinity Brooks to the line. And she gets the first of the 1-and-1.
Well, so far they're 3 of 4 from the line, and for them to stay close in this one, if they go to the line, they have got to hit a strong percentage tonight.
Fouls haven't been too big of an issue for the Bruins, but they do have 8 already as Brooks misses the second one. Right to Carly Hayes.
Carly has been dynamite on defense.
And the Eagles got back pretty quickly. Stella Spencer takes a 3. Yes.
They have been a credit card that is good as cash tonight.
Stella Spencer doesn't take too many shots, but if you leave her wide open like that, she will. And just like that, Haylin Ayers gets another steal. Here's a 3 for the Bruins again. Carly Hayes able to get that pass and a 3 here, but a whistle. They're going to call a travel, saying Lily Teague traveled.
7th turnover now for the Bruins, but they've only given up 4 points, whereas USJ has picked up 12 points off of mistakes by the Lady Eagles. That's a big, big factor when you look at a 9-point lead and you've got an 8-point edge picking up points off mistakes.
A drive to the basket, and beautiful there from Trinity Brooks.
Well, you've got to exploit the speed that you have in a case like that and successfully navigate it, and that's what they did.
Lily Teague trying to work it across midcourt. Haylin Ayers just barely able to get that pass off. Here come the Eagles the other way. It's going to be a foot race as Lily Teague rushes back to defend.
Just that little bit of a stutter step by Lily Barnes made all the difference on that one. And so they have gone on a short run, and we got a timeout.
24-19 timeout called for the Bruins. We'll take one as well and be right back.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The Bruins lead it by 5, but Steve, they've made several mistakes that are keeping the Eagles in this ballgame.
Yeah, 8 turnovers is rather excessive for this point in the game, and I'm sure that's why the timeout was called, to try to settle them down.
Haylin Ayers all tied up, but able to get it over to Driver.
But a foul was called before that pass was released.
They're going to call the blocking foul. We'll see who this one's on. It's going to be on Lily Barnes. So Ellen Driver will take the shot. Beautiful shot there. And she gets the second one as well.
I think another big key, Alexander, is that JC has got to keep this one, and you can't do it with passes like that. They have got to keep this one within single digits when they go to the locker room.
Too strong for Halen Ayers there. Uh-oh, in trouble there, but able to get the pass off. Taylor Baines will take a three. Just off the rim. Out of bounds off Halen Ayers. Must have been tipped. Halen Ayers will inbound the ball now.
Those one-shot possessions are also the things that will kill you. If you can't get follow-up shots, if you have a one-shot possession and you can't drive it home, it's the same thing as a turnover.
Ellen Driver way open in the corner.
Didn't quite get enough. She didn't release it at the height of her jump. So that is now 9 turnovers for the Lady Bruins compared to 14 for JCS.
Still a 7-point ball game. The Eagles exposing this press a little bit for the Bruins. It's not working as well as we've seen it work earlier in the year. Trinity Brooks trying to back down, but can't get the shot to go. Wasn't even close. Here comes Sophie King. She's got Spencer. One's going to be out of bounds and be the Eagles' ball.
A few errant passes that we've seen.
Bruins will continue this press as people continue to come in here in the building, Steve.
I think that you're going to see the home crowd filling up part of the visitor side tonight.
Ellen Driver commits a foul there, so we're going to come down to the other end to the free throw line. This is where foul trouble can really get your team in trouble when you're giving out bonuses like this. Tess Little will take the shot from the line. And that one's in, so she'll get a second opportunity at it.
Well, so far they've done well from the free throw line. They're 4 out of 6.
That one's off the mark. But the Eagles able to get that back. Deep three. Almost. I think it was last tipped by Sophie King. So, well, we'll see. We've got the officials are debating this one right here.
Yeah, they're going to have a little conversation, but they're going to give it back to the Lady Eagles. And this is the key point. You get an opportunity like this, it is crucial for you to deliver here so that you can keep this game. And Tony Schutz is going to take a timeout because I think he's a little bit, I think his team was a little confused about what they were going to do on the throw-in.
Absolutely, but it's 26-20. The Eagles still in this one. The Bruins still waiting to make that breakaway that they've seen them make all season long against teams. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Back here at USJ, your score is 26-20. And Steve, we've seen timeouts from both teams recently. Seems like neither coach likes the way their team's playing.
Well, I think part of it is sometimes when they call a timeout in a situation like this, they really were not prepared for what kind of alignment they were going to have. And so Tony Schutz wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page.
Eagles continue to have this slow offense. It's like they're waiting and looking for something to happen, and it's been working out pretty well for them. Tess Little back here at the logo.
Boy, Sophie King is playing a big battle against Tess Little.
We'll see how the matchup works here. Tess Little working against Sophie King and decides to give the ball up.
And he had an offensive foul away from the action. And that's going to be charged
to Lily Barnes.
Lily Barnes, and that is her third.
That's just a killer for an offense when somebody who doesn't even have the ball commits an offensive foul like that, gives the other team the ball.
15 turnovers now, and this is a point in the game. They were hoping to close this thing down to within 4, and it could go back the other way and be an 8 or 9 point game.
Back into Halen Ayers.
Halen knew it. It went off her foot.
She felt that pressure behind her and ended up dribbling it off her foot. Eagles able to get it across half court pretty easily this time. Gibson Boykin a break to the basket, and that one didn't have enough on it. Tied up, calling the jump ball on the ground.
They go back to the Lady Bruins on alternate possession. Pardon me, to the Lady Eagles on alternate possession.
Lily Teague's going to check back in for Stella Spencer.
Lily does a terrific job defensively. She is all of it right there, going right after it.
Unfortunately, I think she's going to be called for a foul. Oh, Sophie King.
Sophie King instead.
So 10 team fouls in this first half for the USJ Bruins.
So they are in the double bonus.
Lily Barnes at the line. The high arc, but it's good. Now, the thing about free throws, it doesn't really matter how you shoot it because you're not facing any type of defense. So whatever works for you, works for you.
And she did deliver, and they are really looking strong tonight from the line. 6 out of 9.
And sometimes it comes down to something like free throws in close games like this one. It's a 4-point game right now. Sophie King.
That was tipped by Taylor Baines just as it was trying to go to the inside.
That pass was intended for Carly Hayes, but it was tipped out. Almost stolen away there by Gibson Boykin.
She was really navigating that one.
Halen Ayers for 3, a little too strong. Stella Spencer's going to come in now for Sophie King. 1:26 left here in the first half.
And Joel Ayers has been substituting a lot more liberally than we saw in the first game between these two. Still with that intense pressure, and
it's going to be a foul on Ellen Driver.
So Ellen commits her second. They have just, the foul situation has just really erupted tonight.
Fouls have been a real problem for the Bruins, and this one here could make this a one-possession ball game.
And particularly when you keep them in the double bonus like this, even 1 out of 2 continues to slice this lead.
And Trinity Brooks makes the first one. She's 2 for 3 from the line tonight. So it's a one-possession game. She could make this down to just a 2-point game.
Sophie King is checked back in for the Lady Bruins.
And she does.
We have ourselves a 2-point game, my friend.
7 points now for Trinity Brooks. Sophie King's going to be double-teamed over there, but gives it right back to Halen Ayers. Neva Barham's been out of this ball game for a little bit. I'm not sure about the reasoning for that one. Stella Spencer now with the ball. The Bruins working with a little less than a minute here on the clock. Sophie King's going to drive in, puts it right off the bottom of the rim.
She was too far down underneath.
Foul's called. I believe it's going to be on Carly Hayes.
That would not be good news.
So it's a second on Carly Hayes, and right back down to the other end, a chance to tie it for the Eagles. Elena Yarborough, who's made 2 from the line already tonight. Make that 3 for 3.
When they first met 2.5 weeks ago, 26 was the entire game total for Jackson Christian. They could match it right here.
And they do. Elena Yarborough with 10 points now, and the Eagles have tied it up. The Bruins less than a minute here in the second quarter, and they definitely want to head to that locker room with the lead. Big pass over to Lily Teague.
They're double teaming Halen everywhere on the floor.
As they should. Of course, the lead scorer this season for the Bruins. Halen Ayers not getting a lot of help.
And there you go, the turnover.
So now the Eagles an opportunity with the ball. Less than 22 seconds, but they could head to that locker room with the lead.
And I guarantee you Tony's going to play for the final possession here.
Trinity Brooks is going to inbound it for the Eagles, and a little bit of a stack here. We got 2 players stacking up. They give it in to Tess Little, the lead ball handler for the girls. Too strong, and Sophie King will pick that up. So 10 seconds left here on the clock.
They're going to spread it out. Let's see if Halen takes it herself.
Halen Ayers.
They've got to hurry.
She'll take a 3, almost. But the putback
That's
is
there.
Good. So Lily Teague puts it back, and that's going to keep the Bruins up, 28-26.
Great concentration on the part of Lily Teague to be right there with the follow shot. You don't give up on the possession just because the shot's been fired with less than 3 seconds remaining, and that was huge.
That was absolutely huge, and the Bruins able to have a lead at halftime. Now it's not what they wanted. It's not what the fans probably expected, but it is a lead, and that's what you're working with right now.
Well, let's look at our scoring right now. For the Lady Bruins, 10 for Halen Ayers. She is their leader, and 8 for Ava Barham, who didn't play a lot in the second quarter. 3 each for Carly Hayes and for Stella Spencer. You had 2 for Ellen Driver and 2 for Lily Teague. Now, over for the Lady Eagles. It's all spread out, but Elena Yarber with 10, 4 of them from the free throw line. Trinity Brooks, and I'll try to get this one, 7 of them, and so she has been a big factor in there. 4 for Taylor Baines, 4 for Lily Barnes, and 1 for Tess Little. And that's your total right now, 28-26. It is much more of, as we say, a dandy than what we were expecting based on the first performance between these two teams. So it looks like in this situation right now, it's going to be critical to see what kind of adjustments both coaches make as they come back from the locker room. So why don't we take a break, and then we'll come back and give everybody the entire totals for both teams.
All right, we'll take a quick break here at BallGame Blitz and be right back.
We are a team composed of highly skilled physical therapists with new school treatment approaches and old school customer service principles. We are a community presence because we know our foundation rests in relationship building and involvement. We are leaders in this industry, and we're putting in time daily to develop that aspect of thinking. We're more than a business. We're a team composed of individuals governed by a set of core values. We're more than a physical therapy company. We're a movement in the profession. We are your premier physical therapy team in West Tennessee.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way. Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag, filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's. For your life.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Your halftime stats brought to you by Worthy Road Studios. Let's take a look at the percentages tonight. Field goals, it's USJ 42%, 11 out of 26, and 50% for the Lady Eagles, 8 out of 16. Now flipping over into three-point field goals, 4 out of 8 for USJ for 50%, and they have missed the only 2 they have taken for JCS. Over for free throws in the game, 2 out of 2 for USJ for 100% and 10 out of 13. That's where they've piled up a lot of the points, 77% for JCS. Rebounding, the edge hasn't been a big factor. The edge goes 5-4 to the Lady Eagles, and then in turnovers, you've had 17 for the Lady Eagles, 11 for the Bruins, and USJ 14 points off turnovers to 8 for JCS. Those are your halftime stats brought to you by Worthy Road Studios. Here again is Alexander Bitterling.
Stella Spencer about to inbound the ball here, and the Bruins lead it by just 2 here to start out the third quarter. Not the start they expected, Steve, but I have a feeling they're going to have a great third quarter right here.
Well, you can see this is some really intense pressure that they're applying. And they tried to lob that inside, and Halen did have a step, but it was just not high enough for him.
Elena Yarborough just came out of nowhere and batted that one out of bounds. So the Bruins will reset off the inbound from Stella Spencer of 3 right out the gate and won't go. Halen Ayers tried to chase that one down. 3 attempt for the Eagles. That one's off the mark. But Yarborough able to get the board, just couldn't finish it. So here come the Bruins. Halen Ayers able to slow it down a little bit. Ava Barham wants the ball down in the paint. She's got a good step on it, but they're just not getting it to her.
There she goes. That's it. Oh, she overshot it.
So a minute's gone by here in the third. Neither team has scored yet. Tess Little get guarded heavily by Stella Spencer. And that's what Stella Spencer does. A 3 for the Eagles. Won't fall.
And traveling is called.
They call a travel, but you could tell the Eagles really wanted the foul call there as she fell to the floor, but there really wasn't a lot of contact.
No, not enough that you're going to get away with a call on that. And she was actually going downward as she finally went to the deck.
We see Mia Powell back in for the Bruins. Halen Ayers driving right and can't get that shot to fall. So the Bruins have struggled a little bit shooting tonight.
Well, this is not one of their best performances. They're 11 out of 28 in the game so far.
It's one of those games where you don't care what it looks like at this point. You just want to make sure you get a W in that column. Rebounded by the Bruins. Trinity Brooks drove right into the lane but couldn't get it to fall. Halen Ayers drawing the contact, and the shot will fall.
And she had the biggest smile on her face when that thing dropped through.
So an opportunity for her for the three-point play. She's got 12 points tonight.
She's the game leader, and you expect her to deliver.
She has 12 points, but she's been a little bit shut down by the Eagles.
Yeah, she had the 1-3 in the second quarter. We didn't hear a lot from her, but it's important for particularly a USJ team to get that first basket and then get a turnover right there.
There you go. Carly Hayes able to pick it up. So the Bruins right into Ava Barham. What a pass. And one.
And the foul.
And so now we see the Bruins doing a little bit of what they do best. Ava Barham at the line. Right now it's a 7-point lead. So the Bruins have gone on a 5-0 run here to start the third quarter.
Make it a 6-0.
Heavy pressure again. Foul, I think that's going to be called on Stella Spencer.
Yeah, and Stella likes to have a little debate with the officials from time to time, but she never wins.
We're yet to see her win this season, but hey, when she does, we'll notice it.
I'm going to tell you, that senior, she goes after every loose ball on the floor. She is intense every minute she's in the game.
Trinity Brooks trying to drive in for the Eagles, throws it up, and she'll get it to fall.
I'm going to tell you what, she did that on the move, and trying to do it in that fashion is so difficult.
A three here for Carly Hayes, yes.
Now they're beginning to click.
So it's Ava Barham's going to be called for the foul there.
That's 3 on Ava.
Bit of an unfortunate foul. She wasn't really forcing any contact, but.
And she'll check out, and they'll get back in Ellen Driver. I think that's one of the reasons that she sat out a lot of the second quarter, because she had 2 fouls at that stage.
Trinity Brooks driving again. Almost got it to fall. Here comes Mia Powell trying to rush it for the Bruins.
It's a double dribble. She had stopped. She is mad at herself.
They're trying to say that one of the Eagles tipped it. They did, but I think Mia Powell touched it again.
Yeah, and the minute she picked it up, I knew they were going to call it.
Gibson Boykin gives it over to the corner for Taylor Baines. She tried travel, yep.
Yeah, she just dragged that left foot.
She tried the Euro step, but she dragged the foot, as you said, Steve, and that's going to be called a travel every time.
20 turnovers now for the Lady Eagles. Some of them have been unforced errors like you just saw.
Just losing it on the drive, but it looks like one of the Eagles touched it last.
Yeah, trying to save that one was Lily Barnes, and unfortunately for Jackson Christian, it's going right back into the hands of the Lady Bruins.
Halen Ayers finds Stella Spencer, and she's open for 3. Good movement after the pass, but won't get the shot to fall. So Trinity Brooks taking the game into her own hands right now for the Eagles. A 3 from the corner. No good for Taylor Baines.
They've gone cold here in only 1 out of 6 for the Lady Eagles here in the third quarter. And they'll get Elena Yarber back into the game, and checking out will be Lily Barnes.
Gibson Boykin will inbound the ball here. Stella Spencer and Taylor Baines. Eagles barely able to save that one.
Yeah, that's going to be on Stella Spencer.
She pushed after the play, too. We'll see if they call anything further.
Yeah, the fans are wanting a tech, but for JCS, but they are not going to get it.
Oh, well, they're talking it over. They might call it.
Well, we'll see when they line up here. Apparently it's not going to be a technical because they're not going to shoot any free throws.
Looks like it was some type of a warning. They walked over to her, pointed at her, and said something, but she'll go take a seat regardless.
They got to hurry to get this one in.
And the foul's called. Trinity Brooks will go to the line.
Yeah, Halen Ayers was charged with that one, and Halen thought she had position.
So Trinity Brooks, the only energy right now on this Eagles team. She just drew that foul from Stella Spencer. She draws a foul here from Halen Ayers. She's going to get a chance at the line. That one, just an unfriendly bounce. Second one's going to fall. So 3 points in this quarter. The only 3 points for the Eagles all come from Trinity Brooks.
Good ball handling by Ellen Driver.
Halen Ayers over to the corner. And great ball movement right now from the Bruins.
I'm seeing a lot more speed and rotation on this team than we did in the first half.
Corner three, ring it up for Lily Teague.
They have really been hot in three-pointers tonight.
Halen Ayers reach-in foul there. So the fouls are continuing to plague the Bruins right now.
They committed a lot of them in the first half, and that is 3 on Halen.
They've already got 5 here in the third quarter. So the last thing you want for the Bruins is to get the Eagles in the bonus early again and let them cut out this lead. Or to have somebody like Halen Ayers foul out. Trinity Brooks with the ball right now. Almost lost it, but was able to corral it back in. Nothing working for Gibson Boykin.
We still got a lot of time, but they're using up a lot of time on this possession. When you're 11 down, you can't afford that or a pass like we just saw.
Elena Yarborough, the last one to touch that one as it goes out of bounds. So the Bruins working with this 11-point lead. They've got an opportunity to add on. Bruins have already scored 12 in this quarter. Only 3 from the Eagles. We still got 3 minutes left. Mia Powell tied up, double teamed. Gets it over to Carly Hayes. In the corner.
Yep, took the step.
So Lily Teague ends up traveling on that one, and the Eagles will get the ball.
13 turnovers for the Lady Bruins, 21 for the Lady Eagles, and we have a timeout.
We'll take a break as well as the Bruins, a big third quarter here, and they've got an 11-point lead over the Eagles. Bruins dominating right now in the third quarter. If you stopped at halftime and are just now tuning back in, you're probably thinking, what happened? And Steve, break it down for the people. What have the Bruins been doing differently here in the third quarter?
The Bruins have, in one thing in particular, they've been very strong in three-point shots. They're 6 out of 12 in the game tonight. And that's huge because they have not been able to stop the outside shooting.
Mia Powell able to survive that one. Here comes Carly Hayes down the other end. Mia Powell for 3. Tied up on the rebound and jump ball, so it should be the Bruins ball. They're going to say it's the Eagles ball. It must be miscounted.
Yeah, they're switching it back down in the other direction. But if you are the Eagles, now going back to this all-court press, if you are the Eagles, you have got to get some speed and not be taking so much time on these possessions.
Lily Teague beat the Eagles to the pass there, but just wasn't able to corral it in. So now they'll set up defense. Up to the top of the key, out to Elena Yarborough.
They haven't been able to connect on a three-pointer tonight.
And settle for a 2, won't get it to fall. Mia Powell right there to rope in the rebound. Mia Powell just turns it right over. Stella Spencer hitting the deck hard a moment ago, and look at that block on the pass by Lily Teague.
It is brutal out there on that floor right now.
Stella Spencer gets a jump step, but the Bruins continuing to move the ball right now. No sense of urgency. 1:30 still here in the third. Mia Powell picks up the ball over to Driver. Carly Hayes was double or triple teamed. It's a 3 from Driver's off the mark. Foul's going to be called. The ball's headed the other way.
One of the other key things, though, Alexander, in looking at our totals right now, JC's only picked up 1 field goal in this quarter out of 8 attempts. And they were 8 of 16 at halftime.
Foul's going to be called. I believe that one's on Carly Hayes.
That's 3 on Carly.
It will be. So Carly Hayes with 3. The Eagles an opportunity to get a little bit back here with the time stopped. And up and off the rim.
And you got Halen Ayers checking back in, as well as Sophie King for the Lady Bruins.
That one's up and in for Lily Barnes. She makes 1 out of the 2. So it's a 10-point ball game. Only 4 points in this quarter right now for the Eagles. Mia Powell able to get that one in, and Halen Ayers will take that shot.
Beautiful turnaround, and she's, you know, at this stage of the game, if she grows another 3 or 4 inches, you can look at something like that. She's almost going to be shooting down at the basket.
And that one's up and in. Trinity Brooks for 2.
First 3 of the game.
Sophie King gives it right back to Lily Teague. Ellen Driver almost tied up. Mia Powell wide open, and Sophie King will take a 3. Just off. Halen Ayers can't get it to fall, but gets her on board for the and 1. And a whirlwind of activity there, Steve, but it ends up working out for the Bruins.
That fist pump that she fires whenever she's right down there underneath and makes one like that fall, that just is contagious with the whole crowd as well as her teammates.
She's got 18. She's been a dominant force in this ball game, as she is in every ball game for the Bruins.
Unbelievable she is. 3-point play.
So less than 5 seconds. The Eagles are going to have to rush it just to throw up a shot. Turn around, one-hand throw, almost. 45-33, and I said it was going to be a big quarter for the Bruins, Steve, and that it was.
Well, definitely so, because they've created some space and a cushion out here, and a lot of that has come on the three-point shooting. They're 6 out of 13 for 46%, and that's huge in a matchup like this.
Absolutely. So the Bruins out to a 12-point lead. We'll go right to a break and be back with the last 8 minutes.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive and Drive, Jackson.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night. This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
A big third quarter for the Bruins as the Eagles and the Bruins brace for that final 8 minutes, Steve.
A 17-7 edge, and that's led by the 18 points from Halen Ayers that she had 8 of them in the third quarter. And also Ava Barham got in. She has not played a lot in this game because she's been in foul trouble a good bit, but she still has 11 points. And so she has been, again, shall we say, the top supporting cast member on the part of the Lady Bruins.
And the Bruins, if they don't kill you with Halen Ayers, they'll kill you with Ava Barham. They've got plenty of firepower on this team.
Ava's back in. They got 3 players playing with 3 fouls tonight.
Mia Powell, just a tough pass there. And you see Ava Barham, she knows she's in foul trouble, and she got all the way away from that play.
Well, the other thing is a bounce pass. Again, it has got to be so crisp because the defenses play so strongly today that bounce passes are almost becoming a dinosaur.
Trinity Brooks inbounds it for the Eagles. They give it in to Trinity Brooks, but she's met right there by Halen Ayers and Ava Barham. I wouldn't take that shot either.
You're taking a big risk, but once again, 12 down. You can't take a lot of 1-minute possessions if you hope to come back.
They've already had the ball for over 30 seconds at this point. So Tess Little looks like they're content to just wait it out. Trinity Brooks, a good drive.
Well, she's had a hot hand for them tonight. 15 points for Trinity.
And Trinity Brooks showing that she's able to create on her own. At this point, just give her the ball and let her work. 10-point lead right now for the Bruins. Mia Powell takes it down into the corner. And they're letting Ava Barham just be completely open down in the paint as Carly Hayes takes a 3. The Eagles trying to rush it ahead. A 3 is up. That one's off the mark. But a good board, and Yarborough will draw the foul there. She went right into the hands of went right into the hands of Halen Ayers. That's going to be Halen Ayers' 4th foul.
And they're going to get Lily Teague back in.
That one's off the mark.
You got to be able to capitalize. If you're going to the line, this is where you've got to make the comeback while the clock is stopped.
That one's off the back of the rim as well. Eagles unable to earn those points from the charity stripe, and that's been costing them all night long.
Mia Powell's picked up 4 rebounds tonight for the Lady Bruins.
Mia Powell has a great just understanding for rebounds. At her size, to be able to get the rebounds she does, it's really impressive.
And for a small guard, that is huge when she can contribute that much.
Carly Hayes takes another 3 and gets her own rebound. Whistle timeout for the Bruins. 6:09 left on the clock. The Bruins still have a comfortable 10-point lead, but Coach Ayers wants to talk it over. We'll take a break and let you talk it over with your family and see what you think of this one.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
It's the last few minutes of this ball game here at USJ. The girls lead it by 10, but Steve, at halftime, this one didn't look so good for the Bruins.
No, 28-26, and they had that strong 17-7 run in the third quarter, and they're holding on to that right now, leading 45-35. We've only had actually one score here in the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, and that's one of the reasons why I said the JCS team. Look at this steal.
Lily Barnes right into the lane and lays it up and in. So the Eagles got the only 4 points of the ball game here in the fourth quarter. They've cut it down to an 8-point lead. Bruins need to answer.
It's going to be an over and back.
Over and back.
Again, we're seeing some uncharacteristic, unforced errors on the part of the Lady Bruins. That's 17 turnovers for them tonight.
Bruins have a nice lead, but if you've been watching this ball game, as here comes Haylin Ayers and Stella Spencer back into the ball game, if you've been watching it, you've noticed some things you haven't seen from the Bruins very much this year, so a little bit rougher game for them. Lily Barnes gives it away to Tess Little. The Bruins don't mind if time continues to tick off the clock, but Stella Spencer will apply some pressure. And Trinity Brooks again, but can't get that one to fall. Off of Haylin Ayers. Oh, well, they're calling it the other way.
Yeah, giving it back to the Bruins.
So the Bruins ball game.
And they're going into a bit of a half-court trap to see if they can rattle the two offensive players for the Bruins.
Gibson Boykin comes in for Tess Little for the Eagles. Looks like they're trying to get a little bit taller matchups here. Lily Teague with the ball now. Turns it right over. Gibson Boykin drives right in. They call a blocking foul.
Yeah, she was moving with the player, and so that's why it's going to be a foul on
looks like
USJ.
Ellen Driver, because Ellen Driver just got off the ground.
Ellen with 3.
Will be.
They have collected up the fouls tonight.
Multiple Bruins, 4 in fact with 3 fouls, and then Haylin Ayers with 4. So fouls have been a problem for the Bruins, and as you can see, the Eagles, looks like the officials are talking it over. So
it is a
one and one.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it has to be. Gibson Boykin's going to try to do it.
So Gibson Boykin, her first opportunity tonight from the line. She's got the 1 and 1.
That front end is so crucial.
Still a good amount of time on the clock as the shot's up and gets an unfriendly bounce. Good board by Lily Teague, and the Bruins able to take it the other way. Over to Lily Teague, almost another over and back.
Uh-oh.
Stella Spencer tried to hustle over there and not able to get to it.
And Ava Barham had a step on her defender underneath, and they didn't see her.
Now, Steve, if you're Coach Ayers here, how long do you let this continue to happen before you call a timeout?
I don't think he's going to call a timeout unless this game gets to, say, within 4 points.
Right now it's an 8-point deficit, just to save you a little bit of math, and tipped away by Ava Barham. Too strong on the layup.
It has been a very physical game tonight.
Foul's called. It's going to be on number 22 for the Eagles, Elena Yarbrough.
Carly is the leading rebounder tonight for the Lady Bruins with 5.
The Bruins trying to be more careful with the ball. A couple turnovers on the last few possessions. Stella Spencer's tied up, though.
She's in all kinds of trouble.
She hands it right over to Carly Hayes. And Haylin Ayers ended up with it. So the Bruins now able to move it a little bit more. They're looking to milk some of that clock off. Haylin Ayers, so smart there to know to dribble.
Soft bank shot going in. That's 20 for Haylin.
So the Bruins back up to a 10-point lead halfway through the fourth quarter. At this point, the Eagles are going to have to get this offense developing quickly. You don't have a lot of time to pass the ball around the arc like this, and Trinity Brooks knows it. Driving right in, but can't get it to go. So Haylin Ayers rushing it down to Ava Barham, and too strong on the pass. So another turnover for the Bruins.
And you have a situation that's very frustrating. You got a 10-point lead, but you keep giving them opportunities. The problem that the Lady Eagles have had is that they just use too much time off the clock on each possession.
See, if you have a little bit of separation, you got to take the shot. Trinity Brooks not able to get that one to fall, but it's almost like the game plan is nobody shoot but Trinity. Jump ball.
And that's going to give it back to the Lady Eagles.
Stella Spencer can't believe it. But Trinity Brooks continuing to fight for this Eagles team. She's not giving up, even if the rest of the team is. Right into the corner. Can't get that one to fall. Fighting for the rebound. Jump ball called again, so this one's going to be the Bruins. 3:24 now on the clock, and that was almost a 40-second possession for the Eagles and weren't even able to get any points off it. They wanted a travel called. Halen Ayers took a step before she put the ball on the court.
This is why I don't think Joel Ayers calls a timeout, because, you know, as long as you've got a double-digit lead and there's only 3 minutes remaining in the game, just skate out as much of the game time as you can.
Mia Powell was calling for the ball, but a foul was committed before she actually got it. Halen Ayers, easy shot, but won't get it to fall. Just bounced off the rim. Ava Barham almost stole it away, but
that's one reason Ava is so underrated defensively, because, you know, you expect her to be all the way back down the floor, but she saw that ball flying loose, and she was right there attempting to get the interception.
Lily Barnes will inbound it for the Eagles. They've got to work quickly.
And they very quickly get back in. Lily Teague.
Mia Powell will go take a seat for the Bruins.
Yeah, you can't take this much time.
The Eagles trying to get just anything to happen. Trinity Brooks fakes the shot, drives in. She can't get it to fall. She's gone a little bit cold.
Well, that's Halen's 5th rebound of the evening. And you hope you just got a cramp down here.
The way that they're dealing with it looks like that's all it is.
As we say, this has been a very physical matchup tonight between these two teams.
It has, and you've definitely got to respect the way that the Eagles came out after losing 45-26 in that matchup about 2 weeks ago. They came out strong, particularly in the first half.
Right, and particularly to keep it as a 2-point game, but it was a wake-up call for this Lady Bruin team as they piled up 17 in the third quarter. And frankly, it's looking like that's what is going to win the game for them right here, because they have had only a single basket here in the fourth quarter. But sometimes we have said, particularly when we have called college games, Alexander, that the third quarter is often moving time for a team and can oftentimes be the one that decides the game, and it looks like that's what's going to be the case here. Why don't we take a quick break, and then we'll come right back. We've got a 30-second break in. We'll be right back to the action.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
It's the final 2 minutes and about 30 seconds. We just got back from a break. It looks like Trinity Brooks is having a bit of a cramp down there below the basket.
They have really been working on her. If this was a serious knee injury, she'd be in a lot more agony than what she appears to be right now. But we saw this happen in a couple of the earlier games this season, and as we've talked about, this can be as painful as any kind of injury you can have because of the fact it's hard to get the pain to go away. She is hobbling on that. It's the left leg that is giving her the problem right now.
She's able to get off the court with help, so the game's going to continue. But she was that spark of energy all night long for the Eagles. Lily Teague able to get the ball across half court. So the Bruins continuing to eat away at that clock. About 2 minutes left in this ball game. Carly Hayes gives it away to Lily Teague. And as you can see, the ball movement from the Bruins to continue to get that clock to run down.
Yeah, they've already shaved off 35 seconds in this possession.
It's one of the things about high school basketball that makes it to where you don't have to have a huge lead, and you can do this.
You got to put them on the line. That's the only choice you got if you're the Lady Eagles, because there is just no way they're going to throw this thing away right now.
So the question is, with the firepower of shooters that USJ has, is it really worth it to go to the foul fest and send them to the line?
Probably not. It's not going to make any difference in this game. And I'm not trying to just completely. Taylor Baines committed the foul. And I'm not saying that you don't do everything you can defensively, but there's just not enough time or possessions left for the JC team to come back.
First one's up and in for Ellen Driver, so she'll get the second one.
Especially when you're looking at a 4-possession lead right now.
Here's a chance for it to be 12 points. And Ellen Driver makes both of them, so she's 4 for 4 from the line tonight.
Well, she has certainly delivered from that stage, and we'll see how and they're going to continue to play this all-court pressure, even though they're up 12 here with 96 seconds remaining.
Eagles trying to push it fast, and Lily Teague knocking that one out of bounds to stop the play.
One problem that you have in trying to fight the press is that you don't have enough players who come down court to be able to help you in a case like that. And it looks like they're going to charge that one to Carly Hayes. And if we are correct, that is her 4th. That's one thing you don't want to do, is put them on the line and have them get more points with no clock going.
Elena Yarborough's 4 for 6 from the line tonight.
They've held her scoreless in the second half.
That one bounces off it well.
She's 4 out of 7 now overall.
She does have 10 points in the ball game, but as you mentioned, Steve, all in the first half, and the Bruins have done a good job of shutting her down. That one falls in. Be a timeout for the Eagles. So an 11-point lead right now for the Bruins, 1:30 exactly on the clock. We'll be right back with the last little bit of this ball game.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
It's the last few moments of this ball game. The Bruins lead it 49-38. And Steve, right after this one, we've got the exciting matchup. The guys from USJ taking on the guys from Jackson Christian.
And one of the key things that you're looking at in this case is a little bit of revenge for the Bruins after they fell 40-36 on the Eagles' floor 2.5 weeks ago. And we'll see what kind of adjustments that Jeff Jones is making tonight and see how that will play into the action, particularly in the first half.
That guys' game was down to the wire. Now on the girls' side of things, it wasn't 2 weeks ago, and it is not going to be tonight, at least as it looks now. 49-38, the Bruins have the ball. Ellen Driver back in. She's going to be fouled there. So it looks like the Eagles are going to go to the fouls.
So Gibson Boykin commits her first. And with Ellen, you got somebody who's 4 for 4 in the game.
4 for 4 from the line, and she'll take these here. That one's up and in. So 5 for 5. And she makes both of them.
She has been money in the bank tonight.
Perfect from the line. So the Eagles get the ball now, but they're down 13, 5 possessions.
Yep. They just got to try to get it down the floor as quickly as they can and get off a fast shot like this one.
No good bounce on that one. Halen Ayers playing good defense with 4 fouls. You can see arms straight up in the air as that one falls in for Lily Barnes. A call for a travel on that one, so the Eagles will get the ball.
That's one thing that you don't want to see is making a turnover here with 62 seconds remaining in the game. You got it in the bank. You don't want to somehow find out you're overdrawn out here.
Here's a 3 for the Eagles, off the mark, and able to be rebounded by Carly Hayes. Less than a minute left in this one. Ball fell out of bounds. We'll see who touched it last. They'll talk it over. All right, so the Bruins touched it last. It'll be the Eagles' ball. And Carly Hayes looks like she's in a bit of pain. Ellen Driver's going to come in and get her.
Yeah, the last thing you want to see is physical. It's been out there on the floor. You don't want to see an injury here late.
So the Eagles trying to make this one a little bit more respectable. Off the mark on that one. The fans behind us not relenting on this one. You heard chants of air ball.
Air ball. I think there were 3 kids calling it out.
Hey, they call it like they see it. A little bit of commentators in the making in the future. It looks like we're going to take a break. 51-40. We'll have the last 40 seconds in just a few moments.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The teams are talking it over, but the Bruins lead this one by 11. Steve, it's all but over, but what have the Bruins really adjusted in the second half to take control of this one?
Well, it was that third quarter where they hit a couple of three-pointers that extended the lead, and also they did not make as many turnovers in the third quarter as they have in the total game, where they've given it up 18 times. They protected the basketball a lot more, and their shooting percentage improved significantly. But the game basically was won in the third.
Bruins with the ball here, looking to run as much time off as they can, and the Eagles going to go right back to fouling.
And Gibson Boykin.
Gibson Boykin, her second one. Of course, both of those right here in the end of the fourth, so she played basically the entire game without committing a foul.
And once again, Ellen Driver at the line.
And that's the one person you don't want to foul, especially when you're in this here where you're trying to make it respectable, maybe try to make a little bit of a push, but Ellen Driver's been 6 for 6 from the line.
7 for 7.
I'm just waiting for the time where I say that she's perfect from the line and I mess it up for her.
Nah, we're going to try not to have an announcer's jinx here tonight. And we did.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, Ellen Driver. I feel like that's my fault personally. Another foul will be committed, and Halen Ayers is going to go to the line.
Halen with 20. She is the game leader, and she has just offensively exploded since late January. Since early January. We are in late January.
We are in late. Just like that, it's almost February. We're a week away from February.
Yeah, I mean, I always say January is the fastest month.
Halen Ayers, beautiful on that second one there. So it's a 13-point lead for the Bruins. Less than 30 to play. And they're still pressing. As you can see, they don't let up.
Joel's not backing off on that press one bit.
In the corner for 3. Yes.
Taylor Baines. That's only their second three-pointer of the entire contest.
And right after that, the Eagles call a timeout. It's still a 10-point game, but 13 left on the clock. We'll take one more break, and probably after this one, the game will be wrapping up.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
.4 left here on the clock. This one's winding down. The Bruins will have the ball, Steve, but they've got a 10-point lead right now.
Yeah, this one's been over since the third quarter's been over. I mean, it was 45-33 at that point, and placing yourself against this kind of all-court pressure, it is very, very difficult to come back in a single quarter from a 12-point deficit. There's some people who would ask the question, why do you continue to foul when the game is obviously over at this stage? Well, ever since Jim Valvano won a national championship back in 1983 with North Carolina State, largely by fouling late in the game. In 4 different games, he fouled late in the game, and the opponents that he had kept missing free throws. So coaches like to get their players accustomed to doing that, because if you get into one, say that's only a 3 or 4 point deficit, that maybe you still have a chance for the comeback. But I've been on record for a long time, Alexander. I think there's got to be a rule invoked in some fashion to eliminate the foul fest, because it makes the latter part of these seasonal games almost unwatchable.
It does. The Bruins up by 11 now. Willie Teague 1 for 2 there from the line, and 3 seconds. Surely this one will be the last possession. 3's up, off the mark. So 54-43 is your final score. The Bruins get it done after a little bit of a scary first half if you're a Bruins fan.
Well, that's definitely true, but as we said, the game was won in the third quarter. No ifs, ands, and buts about it, and it was that 17-7 run that made all the difference in the world. So why don't we take a 4-minute break, and then we'll come back and give you the scoring totals and the shooting percentages. So stay with us, everybody.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag, filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson. Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Well, let's give you the final stats on our girls' game in which USJ won 54-43 in field goals. It was the Lady Bruins 43% on the evening, 35% for the Lady Eagles, and the real challenge they had was in three-pointers because they just seemingly, until the fourth quarter when they hit a couple of threes, just couldn't get the ball from behind the arc. Three-pointers, USJ 43%, 22 for JCS. Now for free throws, this was where they were huge in the second half. 86% from the floor. It was just tremendous watching them. 12 out of 14 for the evening. Just did a terrific job. Ellen Driver was 7 out of 8 herself. 57% for the Lady Eagles. Rebounding, the edge went to USJ 22-15 in turnovers. This is one thing I know Joel Ayers is going to be looking at because they coughed it up 23 times in the game to only 22 for the Lady Eagles. So there were a lot of mistakes on the floor that way. But capitalizing off the mistakes, the edge huge to USJ, 19-10, the edge in points off turnovers, and in an 11-point victory. That is a big, big factor, making points off the other team's mistakes. In the individual totals for JCS, 15 points for Trinity Brooks. She was the leader. She added 5 rebounds. Elena Yarborough had 11, but they pretty well closed her down in the second half. She had 10 in the first half, and they only gave her 1 free throw in the second half. Lily Barnes with 9 in the contest. Over for USJ, again, it was a big night for Halen Ayers. She had 10 in the first half, 11 in the second half, 21 points to lead the entire game, along with 5 rebounds. For Ava Barham, she didn't play that much because she was in foul trouble a lot of the game, but she still contributed 11 points to the cause. 7, all from the free throw line for Ellen Driver. 7 out of 8 she was. Lily Teague ended up with 6. 6 also for Carly Hayes, who also added 6 rebounds in the game. Stella Spencer, a 3-pointer and 3 rebounds she came up with on the night. So it was a team effort once again. They need to cut down on the turnovers, but that third quarter was the difference, the 17-7 edge in which the Lady Bruins brought it home again, 54-43 over Jackson Christian. Now we see the guys' teams warming up and getting ready for this all-important matchup. USJ dropped one 40-36 to the Eagles in the matchup over across town about 2.5 weeks ago. And they're going to be facing a really strong challenge from these guys like Jalen Mosley and Aiden Shaw, Ridgely Reagan, and Jaden Irvin. They are going to be double tough. They've got a lot of seniors on this ball club. But USJ seemingly has improved. They had a rough go of it against Trinity, losing by 5 this past Friday night. But this USJ team seems to have improved with every passing game. And, of course, Wallace Driver, Brady Smith, Mills Terry, Owen Stonecipher, Raleigh Seals, and Davis Sane. That's your big 6 that will be really driving the train for them tonight. So, Alexander, I think it is going to be one that certainly they've had a chance to look at the tape of that game, and they're going to be looking very, very closely as to how they can make an adjustment and hopefully come away with a victory over JCS tonight.
Absolutely. It was a close ball game. We're talking about 4 points. So definitely the Bruins are looking at ways that they can exploit the Eagles, ways that they can adjust their offense, their defense to make this a better matchup. And I expect to see them have a good game tonight.
Well, we're about set for the starting lineups. You'll have that, shall we say, shadow light show that we always have when the Bruins are introduced. The Eagles controlled most of the game at Jackson Christian, but it was a strong fourth quarter on the part of the Bruins. And remember, we'll be back with you again Friday night. The hip kid next to me is not going to be with us on Friday night, sad to say. So I'll be bringing home the trucking company on Friday night, as it will be USJ taking on Tipton Rosemark Academy in a rematch of one that we had a week and a half ago. And I can tell you, it's not likely to be a very tight game in the girls matchup. After that 74-7 finish that we had down in Somerville. So it's not going to be one that probably is going to have you on the edge of your seats. You're probably not going to have to take your blood pressure during that game.
That's going to be one of those games that maybe you don't even take that little bit of a road trip if you're a friend or a family member, because you know that one's secured and it's not the closest.
No, you want to have them out here. I'm going to take issue with you, my friend. We want to have them out here so they can support these kids, whether they win at 100-0 or whether it's a barn burner at the end. And if you can't be here, watch us, because we'll be bringing you all of the live play-by-play. And as Alexander always reminds you, after the game, if you want to go back and take a look at it, if you came to the game, whatever, after the game, you can always watch it on YouTube on the Worthy Road Studios page. Brought to you by the Ballpark Blitz Sports Network. Elijah DeMoss being introduced, and Jalen Mosley. Already Aiden Shaw and DJ Traylor, and there's Ridgely Reagan and Jaden Irvin. And here we go. Wallace Driver. When you're doing play-by-play, you don't say it the same way as the PA guy does. Brady Smith.
I think you should do them all that way.
I have done play-by-play in my time. And I've done PA in my time. Raleigh Seals. And here they are, and you got a big home crowd, but there's also a big student section here for JC.
A good turnout on both sides for this game, and it always is for these crosstown rivalry teams.
And this student section on each side, they will be loud tonight. They will be standing for the entire 32 minutes of this game.
And as is standard for student sections, any call that's against you was a bad call,
yes.
And any call that's for you, that was a good one.
It was a great call. And the officials have known that for many, many years. So getting set, it is going to be Jalen Mosley to jump it against Brady Smith. And ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. And the tip goes over to the Eagles. Now, they use a lot of time on their possessions. They're a very deliberate team. So you don't see a lot of transition baskets, but he was open for the three, and Aiden Shaw gets it right off the bat.
Getting it done already for the Eagles. That's what we saw them do in that last game, and that's what you got to expect they're going to do here.
It was 14-12 at halftime. It was such a low-scoring game over at the Eagles' place. And here goes a steal. And almost knocked away, but left-hand layup for Jalen Mosley off the turnover. And timeout already called by Jeff Jones. He didn't like what he saw right off the bat. So we got 7:15 to go here in the first quarter. It's the Eagles on top, 5-0.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services.
Back we are, and in case you just went away to take a break and missed the first 45 seconds, Bruins are already down 5-0. Quick foul called on Aiden Shaw. A reach-in foul as Wallace Driver was trying to get it down to the top of the key.
See the stack formation there from the Bruins to get that ball inbounded.
The key thing for this Bruin team is to have patience. And there they go once again, second turnover already.
Trying to rush it too fast. You said patience, and that was just a rough pass there.
Almost a carrying call, but they backed off of that. This is DJ Traylor. This Eagle team, very crisp passing team, and they are usually very patient with the basketball. And you can see as Aiden Shaw directing traffic, trying to get his players. You see the 2-3 zone employed by USJ. That can make it very difficult to get it inside. They may have to resort to more outside shooting, but they get the offensive rebound with Aiden Shaw.
Bruins are going to have to limit those offensive rebounds the Eagles are able to get. Already 2 turnovers for the Bruins.
And they go from the corner. Nope, too much. And Bruins will play it, and they will quickly get into the game. Win Crook, he will replace Raleigh Seals. Going to try to get a little bit more speed in there, more outside shooting options. We've already played the first 2 minutes of this one. Open for the three and not taking it, and the foul is charged, and that was a little fake move that faked out Jaden Irvin, and he commits his first.
Brady Smith did a great job knowing he didn't really have enough separation there to shoot the three, so he ends up drawing that contact. getting another foul on the board.
Fouls could be a big factor in this game, particularly down the stretch. Bruins have to be aggressive attacking the basket. And that one was forced off the back of the iron, and the rebound comes off to Mosley. And Shaw goes right through everybody and is fouled.
And Shaw has that speed. He shows it off there. Already 5 points for him. And he does it through contact.
So at the line, Aiden Shaw will go for a couple. He's very, very fast, and he's very deceptive with that speed. And right through the heart. So this is not the way Bruins wanted to start out, down 6-0. You don't want to be climbing that ladder as they did much of the game against Trinity Christian Academy last Friday night.
Already down 7-0, a really rough start for the Bruins. 2 turnovers early on, and given the Eagles multiple opportunities on every possession.
Got to get that first basket to settle them down somewhat. Boy, they pick him up, double team him very quickly. And that one was just too far out of the range of Wallace Driver. Stonecipher tried to save it, but there was just no room. This has been a absolutely devastating defense being employed so far by the Eagles.
They've been forcing turnovers from the Bruins on all 3 of the Bruins' possessions.
And you got an offensive foul away from the ball.
Ridley Reagan, number 23, his first one.
So that is the first turnover of the contest for JC.
That could put a little bit of momentum, a little bit of energy into the Bruins if they could get a basket here.
Well, let's see how Coach Jones plays this one. Got to have a point guard making good decisions in a game like this, particularly when you're already down 7-0. Just settle the team down and hopefully get that first basket. And going for the 3, the quick release, and the 3 is there for Brady Smith.
Don't let him get any separation on you. You've got to see where he is out on the floor because he's going to get the ball and put it right in the hoop.
That was huge because they just needed something to get them really as an icebreaker. They thought about an answer shot by Irvin.
I'll go on record right now. I'm never a fan of the answer shot. It doesn't work out as much as you want it to.
Another turnover, and let's see if they can capitalize, and all the way down for the layup. So Brady Smith with the first 5 for the Bruins, and all of them have been off turnovers.
Brady Smith gets it done again, and if he's not in foul trouble, he has an opportunity to score an average of 15 every game.
Well, that loosens up this team a bit now that they know they can really play. And that one, just a quick situation that's going to send it back down the other way. He took one step and traveling is called. So 3 straight turnovers in 3 possessions, and now Bruins have an opportunity to tie or take the lead with 3:43 remaining in the first quarter.
So the Bruins have done a good job of, after they made those first 3 turnovers, really settling in, being smarter on the offensive end of things and tightening up that defense.
Crook back out about 25 feet. And a good move underneath, and it drops. Excellent assist, and Stonecipher was there, and they have picked up all 7 points off turnovers, and they've knotted it up.
Just like that, the Bruins tied this one right back up. That's what you got to do. When you go down big like that, be patient, be smart with the basketball, and that's what they did.
And they've got Mason Vaughn into the game now. That one's off the mark. And they call a jump ball instead of a foul, and the alternate possession is going to go to the Bruins.
Wynn Cook and Coach Jones really wanted that foul call, as long as just about every other Bruins fan in this building.
So they go back down to the other end. So far, the Eagles 2 out of 5 from the floor. The Bruins 3 out of 4. It's just they didn't get up a shot until about 4:20 was left in this first quarter.
It's been a quick first one, and 2 runs, 7-0 run for the Eagles, 7-0 run for the Bruins.
Open from the corner, and it's off the mark for Smith. And left-hand curl shot does not get the Plinko drop, but they get the offensive rebound.
Jalen Mosey able to keep this play alive by rising up over 4 Bruins to get that board.
And taking a step once again. That's 4 consecutive turnovers. Shaw took the step, and there's just no way you're not going to get called for it. Sometimes in the anxiety to try to get down and work one-on-one against the defender, you take that first step before you go in with a dribble.
That's exactly what Aiden Shaw did right there. And right now the Eagles need to get their head back in the ball game. 4 turnovers on the last 4 possessions.
And open again for the 3. No, iron was unkind, but they get the offensive rebound. Going to the deck hard is Wen Crook.
He'll be called for the foul on that one. So Wen Cook, his first foul. Just the second team foul for the Bruins.
So it was an all first 4 minutes for the Eagles, and then the Bruins just came like a house of fire and tied this thing up at 7. They got a screen for a 3, and it goes off the mark. But the follow is going to send DJ Traylor to the free throw line for 2.
That's why you foul hard on that one, because after that foul from Brady Smith, that gives them an opportunity to stop the Eagles from scoring and make them earn it right here from the line.
DJ has not been to the line tonight and does not get the friendly bounce.
And that's why you want to foul on that one. It would have been an easy layup, but here you're limiting them to, at the very most, 1 point.
Noah Spencer checks in for Wallace Driver. And so it's an 8-7 lead for the Eagles. Bruins with a chance to take it over. Slowing the tempo down a bit, but they have been successful at getting open Brady Smith for a couple of 3s in the corner. See a lot of rotation that goes on this offense, particularly with the wing guards. Almost a dangerous pass underneath, but getting open and could not make it fall. Stonecipher had the range, and there you go, turnover.
Turnover for the Eagles, and the Eagles have had 5 turnovers after they went on that 7-0 run. Looks like they're just discombobulated out there.
They've given. Does that mean that if they were doing well, they would be combobulated?
They were combobulated. Now they have been discombobulated.
I'm glad that you confirmed that for me. A minute to go in the first quarter. Bruins down by 1. And that one was just a dangerous bounce pass.
And the Eagles able to take it right down the court.
All the way down for Ridgely Reagan, his first basket. And that one hurt because Bruins had an opportunity to take the lead, and now they're going to have to get a 3 to tie it to end the quarter.
That's the man you want to do it right there. Brady Smith. Give him the ball and just let him work.
Excellent ball handler he is. Thinking about that 3 is Mills Terry. And the jumper is there. Stonecipher has 4 on the evening.
Stonecipher's shot has backspin on it. You can see the basketball spinning backwards. An interesting shot.
They're going to have to hurry. It's 10-9. And in the middle, that one was knocked away beautifully. And no call there at the end. Bruins get another rebound, and we are done with the first 8 minutes. It's a 10-9 lead for JC. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Well, in that first quarter, Bruins were 4 out of 8 from the floor for 50%. Eagles 3 out of 9 for 33. 3-pointers. Each team was 1 out of 3. And then from the free throw line, Bruins didn't go, but the Eagles were 3 out of 4. And you could actually credit those free throws to their lead of 10-9. Here at the end of the first quarter, and now we are in second quarter action live from USJ Gym. Steve Beverly and Alexander Bitterling bringing you the story. And again, nowhere to go for Jalen Mosley, and they're double teaming the ball with great proficiency. Fall away jumper is there, nicely navigated by Aiden Shaw.
Great drive there by Aiden Shaw, that fall-away jumper. He's got 7 points now in the ball game.
Bruins want to stay within this close range rather than falling behind 7-0 as they did early. Stonecipher has given them a couple of baskets. And thinking about the bomb. And it's there for Mills Terry, his first 3 of the game.
Mills Terry getting it done. We've got both Stonecyphers in the ball game right now.
We're tied at 12, and taking the drive and kicking it back outside for a 3, and it is not there, but they get the offensive rebound.
They're going to have to stop Jalen Mosley from getting every single offensive board like that. You got to box him out. Make sure that he's not getting those second, third, fourth opportunities for the Eagles.
A lot of movement on the part of the Bruins. They'd like to take their first lead. If they do, it will make it a 14-5 run since this one started. And they go for the bomb again. Iron was unkind, and the rebound coming off to Ridgely Reagan. They slow the tempo again. As we reminded you, it was a very low-scoring first half when these two teams played at the Eagles' home.
Tipped by Mills Terry, but it ended up almost helping the Eagles.
And the foul was, I think, before the shot. So they'll play it underneath. If you keep your own stats at home, if they call a foul before the shot, you don't count it as a shot. And even if they fouled him after the shot, if it didn't go in, you don't count that as a shot. He's got to hurry to get that inside and nowhere to go, and another turnover.
Right into the hands of Abe Stonecipher. This is a lineup we've seen more of late. In the last 2 games, USJ has been playing Abe Stonecipher out there with the starters.
And he's contributed greatly to this team in the last few contests. Bruins again, it's important for them to stay patient.
They've done a great job of being patient, even down 7-0.
And they take the lead, and it goes to Abe Stonecipher.
The Stonecipher brothers combined for 6 points right now in this ball game. They've got almost half of the Bruins' points.
So Bruins came from 7-0 down to take their first lead at 14-12. Big bomb is not there for Jaden Irvin. They're 1 out of 5 from behind the arc tonight. Now Bruins playing with a little more confidence. It may be just a 2-point lead, but then again, that's a throwaway, and he's going to take that one all the way down. Aiden Shaw off the turnover. That's 6 points off of Bruins turnovers, and we're tied once again.
Aiden Shaw now with 9 points in this ball game.
Taking it all the way downtown, but not making it fall was Wallace Driver. And right inside to DJ Traylor.
Eagles take control of this ball game back 16-14 now after 2 quick baskets from them.
And that one was dangerous. That was probably one in which Driver should have taken the shot himself, and traveling is called back at the opposite end. Nope. It looked like he was twirling his arms, but instead he calls a foul. It's on Abe Stonecipher. And so you got wholesale substitutions coming in now for Jackson Christian.
Turnovers have been a big factor in this ball game, Steve. 6 turnovers for each team. USJ getting 6 points off turnovers, and Jackson Christian with 9.
Trying to drive the inside. Beautiful layup for DJ Traylor, and timeout called by the Bruins because that's 6 in a row they've given up. So we got 3:50 remaining in the first half. The Eagles are on top, 18-14.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
All right, back to live action. Bruins trying to settle down after giving up 6 unanswered points. They're picking up the tempo a bit. Got to be a little, and that was, again, a dangerous bounce pass. You just can't do that on the inside unless you know your cutter is there.
Look at Abe Stonecipher running the length of the court to tip that one out of bounds.
Excellent job on the part of Abe, because they were right in danger of making this one a 6-point lead once again. And a crash, but no call, and another crash and no call. The jumper is not there. It's off the mark, and they're going to go down hard, and the foul is going to be charged to Gage Boykin.
It's got to be on Gage there because he came down on top of Wincook. Wincook had the ball, so the foul is on Boykin.
Bruins, again, you capitalize on this as if it were a turnover. Just take every opportunity that you have, knowing this is probably going to be a low-scoring game.
And the team doesn't mind not scoring too much as long as the other team scores less.
I'm going to quote you on that. Well, the hook doesn't go for Noah Spencer. And back they come. Bomb 3. It's off the back of the iron, and the rebound comes off to Mills Terry. They, again, 1 out of 6 from behind the arc tonight. And he slid that right foot, and he knew it. Noah just could not control his momentum underneath. So we'll see how Kyle Teichman plays this one as we're getting down. This has been a very quickly first half played.
Very quick and low scoring.
We've only been to the free throw line 4 times and under 2.5 minutes remaining.
After a long girls game, the fans here probably appreciate a quicker game.
I have a feeling they do. Lady Bruins won 54-43 in the opener, in case you just joined us. Double teaming the ball once again. Again, that 2-3 zone makes it difficult to try to get in the paint for a shot. So they go to the outside, and it curls off, and it is Abe Stonecipher with the rebound.
Traylor took a deep 3 on that one. If that one had went in, it would have been bad news for the Bruins.
Tight defense being played by the Eagles. Fall away. 3 is not there. In a big crash, fans wanted a foul. They didn't get it.
Look at Stonecipher getting up quickly and running all the way down there to join the defense.
And traveling is called, so that is the 7th turnover on the part of the Eagles.
7 turnovers for both teams already with 1:31 left in the second quarter.
And we got a few fresh faces coming into the lineup now.
The girls' game had a lot of turnovers as well.
Yeah, 45 turnovers between the two teams. That's not something either coach wants to see. You're going to see more turnovers when you have an all-court press, almost a steal. And it's going to go back to the Bruins. But, boy, that is a quick-handed guy, Jalen Mosley. He's forced a couple of turnovers already this evening. And we're getting down now to the 1:15 mark. As we said, it was 14-12 at halftime when these two teams played the first time. Right into the hands. They're not going to stop him. I don't think. Yep. And he did not get the layup, and he did not get the follow.
Mosley stopped himself. They didn't have to play a lot of defense. He just missed the layup.
That was an excellent observation.
Another turnover there.
And the foul is going to be charged to Brady Smith.
Driver accidentally dribbled it right into the hands of DJ Traylor.
That's 9 turnovers now.
2 fouls for Brady Smith. Brady Smith doing a better job tonight of not committing fouls. Sometimes he gets in foul trouble, but he's one of the greatest offensive powers for the Bruins.
All right, slowing it down a bit is Mason Vaughn. And we're down to the final 45 seconds. It'll be interesting to see. I don't think they're going to play it just for the last shot. Boy, look how fast Raleigh Seals gets over there to pick up Aiden Shaw. Taking their time. Well, I may be wrong on this because you can tell with Vaughn, he looks like he wants to take a three, but he dishes off. Now down to 17. So they are going to try to go for the last opportunity. Vaughn's going to hold it, and he's waiting for a signal from his coach.
Eagles want to make sure they've got that lead at halftime.
High bank is not there, and the follow does not go. Wallace Driver the rebound. So they skated off the last minute and 17 seconds of the half and came away with nothing. So your halftime score, it's Jackson Christian Eagles 18 and the USJ Bruins 14. And so we are going to take a timeout. And when we come back, we'll be here with the halftime stats. And also, I think Alexander may have an interview for us, so stay with us.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
We're back here joined by Coach Ayers, the women's coach for the basketball team, as that big inflatable dice just came over here to the desk. So we'll have to clean up a little bit, but Coach Ayers, A great game for the women, 54-43 the final score. Talk a little bit about what you saw from your team tonight.
Well, I was proud of them. You know, when you draw it up, some nights it looks a lot like you want it to, and some nights it's very different than what you have in mind. And we weren't as clean tonight in our play as we wanted to in some ways, and a little bit of it, you know, we probably didn't prep a couple things as much as we should have. But, you know, also it was a real physical game, especially on the glass with the rebounding, offensive for them defensively. We've got to do a better job of getting box outs. And, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm a big pet peeve on we should always get great box outs on free throw situations because our kids standing beside us. And there was a couple times we got to do a little better job on that. And just a better job of controlling the glass. And I think those were some things that we didn't do as good a job. Now, playing through a lot of the contact and playing through some foul trouble situations, we did a good job. You know, we played some different people in some different spots and figured it out. And so some things that we can go look at to work on, and some things that I'm proud of us that we fought through. So I would say there's some things on both sides of it that we can look at and figure some stuff out.
Now, you ended up winning the game by 11. You mentioned there were some things you wanted to clean up on. You maybe played not as well as you wanted to in that first half. 28-26 the score at halftime. What did you tell the team down in the locker room?
Well, I just told them that we have to do a better job of playing offense with a little poise. And part of that poise is the fact, you know, like they were in a zone, but it was a zone 1-2-2 that was spread out. And they probably had some rules that they would go by, and they maybe made adjustments as they went. But, you know, it's not really a zone situation where you get out and you run your sets. They're so extended, you kind of get people in spots and play basketball a little bit. And I felt like there was times where we quit just playing basketball. We kind of stood, and we didn't work well toward the ball, flashing and getting the ball turned from side to side. And I felt like we played a little bit uneasy on offense. And then defensively, I just felt like we didn't do a good job matching up at times, and we had some fouls that we would just say, those aren't smart. Some sent them to the free throw line way too many times. And, you know, that's a double negative. Obviously, that's them having an opportunity to score. It's also you being one step closer to being eliminated from the game because of fouls. So there's some things that we got to clean up in that sense too.
Absolutely, and of course, always things to work on with your team. Never a perfect game is played, but your team thrives on really controlling the pace of the ball game. You use the full court press all the time, control the pace on the offense. Did you kind of lose control of that pace in the first half a little bit?
I thought we lost control of the ability to match and push the ball, make things hard, but then play smart at the end of it. I think that's always a big deal. You can play a lot of different ways, but at the end of what you're doing, you got to be able to play smart and finish plays. Now, finishing plays, they may go and make a tough shot, and you tip your hat and go back down the other end and play again, but at least they're making the shot that you want them to make. At the end of our press 2 or 3 times, the pace where we just didn't get matched and keep them from getting to the rim and the foul. I thought in the first half, honestly, I was like, man, talking at halftime, I was like, I don't think we've made them make contested long shots. I think everything we have allowed them to get the ball to the rim too much. Now, you can't keep somebody from totally getting from the rim, but I thought there were some situations where we made it too easy, and some of that's with not communication. Some of that was not, you know, getting down and, you know, guarding the ball and being able to help one pass away. And you know, like, you got to kind of rebound the ball and push it and run your lanes when you're on offense. And then when you get it to a side, then get it turned to the other side. Now, sometimes turning it may not be throwing it back out. It may be somebody flashing to the high post. And you know, so there's different ways to do that depending on how they guard and what they do. And that pace was affected by us just losing the fundamental aspect of how we wanted to play.
Absolutely, and you mentioned making them make contested shots. In the first half, they had 26. You limited them to just 17 in the second half, so you could really see those adjustments at work. Now, your team thrives on energy. You can see it just by the way you watch your players play, the way that you watch you coach. Talk a little bit about what that energy is and why is that so fundamental to your team?
Well, I think you've got to play with that. I think sometimes we press, one, because we want to utilize some kids that we feel are athletic and have a little bit of that in them, you know. We have a couple long kids that we feel like can rotate and do some things. Now, this is different for our kids. You know, this is year 2, and we're still trying to get them to understand that. But it also, it can make you play that way offensively as far as being a little bit more aggressive. And it was one of our talks at halftime was, let's don't be such perimeter-oriented all the time. Let's make sure we're getting the ball to the high post. Let's make sure we're driving the ball into a gap. Let's make sure we get a good pass fake and then deliver the pass where we need to. So I think some of that stuff is contagious. I think playing that way, there's a lot of times we may start out pressing in a situation where we know we probably don't need to do it all night long, but we feel like it helps us offensively have a little bit more of an aggressive mindset as we play the game. And I think you can play too passive and too much on your heels offensively at times, and that doesn't mean shooting the ball too quick. It means the way you work the ball and pass the ball, and so I think that type of play. Now, when you do that, you kind of got to keep everybody in check because it can get out of hand too. Don't get me wrong, but those are some of the ideas behind it.
Well, Coach, thank you so much, and congratulations on the win today, 54-43. The girls take it home tonight. We'll take a quick break and be right back with Steve Beverly and I here for the second half of action.
Thanks so much.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Second half of action live from USJ Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee. Bruins down by 4, and they go for one from the corner, and it's just nowhere close. Again, very low scoring first half at 18-14. And the big bomb 3 is not there, but right there for the rebound is Raleigh Seals after the miss by Jaden Irvin. Threes are not his strong suit typically. And they work again around the perimeter and going to the inside. A double fake and double pump by Raleigh Seals, and he could not hold on to the rebound, but the foul is called. So Bruins will play it underneath.
So quiet first minute here to the third quarter, Steve. Neither team has scored yet.
Did an outstanding interview with Joel Ayers there at halftime, and I know fans were really enlightened to see what he had to say. Lady Bruins winning 54-43 this evening.
He talked a lot about the energy that's important for his Lady Bruins team, both defensively and offensively, and how they kind of lost a little bit of that energy in that first half.
Well, and especially they picked it up in the third quarter and managed to, that was the difference in the game right there. They went inside trying to go to Seals to see if he can work his physical prowess on the inside. 6:45 remaining in the third, and a nice block by DJ Traylor.
A big block there, and that just gives a lot of energy to a defense. You don't get the ball. It wasn't a turnover, but a block like that can just inject energy into your veins.
Bruins have missed all 3 of theirs here in this third quarter. They got a wide open 3, and they connect. Wallace Driver with the 3.
Wallace Driver's had a little bit quieter start to the ball game tonight, but that's a big 3 for his Bruins.
We're a minute and a half into this third quarter. Going around the perimeter, Aiden Shaw He's dangerous with the basketball from anywhere, and he had 9 in the first half. They go to the corner, almost tipped away by Seals. He had those quick hands. He reached in and tried to knock it away. They try to go underneath, and he was too far underneath.
This Bruins defense right now is doing a great job.
Here's a steal. This is going to be a 2-on-2 situation, and taking it pump fake, and they almost blew that one, but they got it back, and they got the basket.
Owen Stonecipher with that little bit of the backspin on the basketball again gets it done, and Raleigh Seals saved that play rushing over there to pick up that loose ball.
So the Bruins have retaken the lead. 11 points they've captured off turnovers. Big three. Outside for Urban. That's his first basket of the contest. They're 2 out of 7 from behind the arc, but that was a big one. Here goes Seals with that one-on-one matchup underneath. And he draws the foul. That's what we call about patience, Alexander, is just waiting on the right move, doing the fakes, and then he finally drew the foul.
Raleigh Seals, like you said, being very patient on that one. He had the right concept there to know to draw that contact and then throw the shot up.
So Seals goes for 2, an attempt to tie it back up, and the first one goes astray. This is one of these games that's almost certainly going to wind up in the 40s. And Raleigh, nobody feels worse about that than he does. It just did not drop.
Sometimes it's difficult for the guys that really thrive in the post to make their free throws.
Almost knocked away. Brady Smith was hoping to get that steal, and if he had been able to come away with that one, he might have been coast to coast.
He ended up there with the volleyball, spiking that one right out of bounds.
All right, JC taking its time right now. They are a very deliberate team. They go for the bomb, off the mark. You can see it curling left. They go for another one. This time it is not there. And tip in, it goes for Ridgely Reagan.
And that's what the Bruins have got to cut down on, that second and third opportunity from the Eagles. They're going to make it eventually.
And floater goes through for Brady Smith. He's got 7.
Great drive to the basket from Brady Smith. You can see that communication between the two of them. He took that step, got the ball right where he wanted it.
Shaw, who's been such a great ball handler in this game. One of those high lob cross-court passes. They're double-teaming the ball and almost came away with the steal. Wallace Driver was reaching in trying to get it away. They got to be careful in the corner because DJ Traylor is calling for it over on the left wing. And that one is too strong, and it goes back to the Bruins.
They tried to get it inside to Jalen Mosley, but they ended up basically throwing the lob, and he was not ready to dunk that ball.
9th turnover now for the Eagles, and so critical to capitalize. The Bruins have made 11 points off turnovers in this game, but they still trail by 2. They did manage to get a lead early here in the second half. And more than half of this third quarter has already elapsed. Again, a lot of rotation in this offense, particularly down low and with the wings. Smith was calling for it and goes for the 3. He got it!
Steve, you can't do anything but shake your head when you see that. How do you guard something like that? You can't.
Bruins back ahead, 24-23. Smith with 10. Bruins are 4 of 8 in 3-pointers.
Raleigh
knocked
with a good
away
tip.
And touching it last was Urban trying to retrieve it, and so that is yet another turnover.
How about Raleigh Seals with the energy defensively for him tonight has been phenomenal.
You just sense a bit of confidence that is now beginning to get in the edge of the Bruin game. Terry taking his time, almost knocked away and almost stolen by Aiden Shaw.
The Bruins have an opportunity here to take a serious lead. They've got the 1-point lead here, but they could make it 3 or 4 and continue with that confidence.
And in this type of game, 3 and 4 may be what wins it for you. Almost losing it, tipped away, and it's going back to the Bruins with 2:19 remaining. It was 18-14 at halftime. Bruins have outscored them 10-5 in this third quarter. There you go. It's Raleigh Seals.
Great ball movement there from the Bruins. Raleigh Seals able to get it done, but you've got to commend Driver for giving up that ball, making that extra pass.
Excellent assist by Wallace Driver. And this is the largest lead at 3 for the Bruins. Jeff Jones is frantically giving defensive instructions. Down to 1:39. That student section is coming alive for USJ. And right over 2 defenders, knocking it home is Ridgely Reagan. He's got 6.
It's getting loud in here, Steve. A full house tonight at USJ.
Under 1.5 minutes. Third quarter. There you go. On the inside, couldn't, and Wallace Driver could not hold on to it, but he was fouled. Instead of the jump ball, and I know they were arguing about that over on the JCS bench.
It's been a very clean third quarter. Only 3 fouls called in this quarter, and we've just got a minute left.
All 5 timeouts remaining for Jackson Christian, 3 left for USJ. He's going to have to hurry. Almost there. That one's going to be a goodbye. There was no way you're stopping DJ Traylor on that one.
Look at the speed from DJ Traylor as he puts that one in for his 7th point of the ballgame.
10th turnover by USJ, and so it's a 4-0 run once again. Bruins have just got to stay patient after losing the lead again. We're down to the final 37 seconds.
The Bruins need to hold this one here for the last possession. Try and take a lead here at the end of the third.
Boy, he's thinking about the 3. Mills really pulled up like he was going to let it fly.
I think he was trying to draw a foul.
And he goes for it, and he draws. No, they're going to say that he traveled. A change of the pivot foot. And that one hurt if you're a Bruin fan.
So now the Eagles have an opportunity to add on to this lead here before the end of the third off the 11th turnover for the Bruins.
They picked up 8 points off of Bruin mistakes. They're going to try to go backdoor on them if they can. And instead,
tipped out by Brady Smith.
2.1 seconds remaining. Brady knocked that one away. It's very hard. They're going to go back into the stack formation and try to see if they can get somebody open back door. And look out for DJ Traylor because he's wide open over here in the corner. And he's finally, I think it is Wallace Driver who is looking for him. The push is not there. That was actually a smart move on the part of Jalen Mosley, but it didn't go. So we have played 3. It's a 1-point game. Eagles still lead it 27-26. Hang with us. 8 more minutes to go to decide this one. We'll be right back.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
It will be Eagle basketball to start this fourth quarter as they lead USJ by 1, 27-26. And we got some folks trying to get the home fans standing, and I think they're going to succeed with that. Brady Smith is the game leader with 10. On the other end, Aiden Shaw with 9 and DJ Traylor with 7. And again, this one may actually play out in the 30s. Shaw is such a dangerous ball handler. And had a little elbow there, and let's see if he can hang on to it. Just barely saved, and the foul is going to be, no, timeout is called. They did not call a foul on Owen Stonecipher. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back with more.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag, filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Alexander, this is one of those that looks like it could potentially come down to who has the ball last.
Absolutely, Steve, and that's good basketball. I enjoy watching a game that's coming down to the very last second. You're sitting on the edge of your seat. You might even be standing.
It's better than live drama on television when that happens. So Coach Teichman has readjusted his offense as we're getting close to the 7-minute mark, and the three from the corner is not there, and Raleigh Seals the rebound.
Every rebound in the rest of this game is a big one. That's a big one for Raleigh Seals.
These two teams very evenly matched. On the inside, and the foul is charged to Jalen Mosley, and I know he does not like that one. He thought he was going for the ball instead of the hip.
So USJ still has not committed any team fouls here in the second half. They've been playing a really clean second half.
That's amazing because you usually see at least 3 or 4. They're working one-on-one against Shaw, but Driver thinks better of it, and he pulls it way back out front.
I thought he was going to go take a seat at the score table.
Jeff Jones is motioning some adjustments. There he goes on the inside, and the fake. And it is there for Raleigh Seals off the feed by Stonecipher.
I'll tell you what, Raleigh Seals has been so patient tonight down there in the paint. He waited for both guys to jump. When they came back down, that's when he went up.
Raleigh with only 4, but I'm going to tell you something. It's like you say about the rebounds. Every point is a big one in a game like this. And going right through everybody was DJ Traylor, and he's going to the line.
It looks like they're calling it that's going to be on the baseline, so it's not a shooting foul.
It's not a shooting foul because that's not. Yeah, they said he was not in the process of shooting.
And you'll take that foul all day if you're the Bruins. Just their first one here in the second half.
And they gave it to him. So Aiden Shaw with a big 2 and a chance for a 3-point play.
So he takes the lead back, a chance to add on to it, but this one just keeps going back and forth. Bruins on top, Eagles on top, and back and forth.
That's what we used to call an old seesaw game. Shaw with 12 in the game, and he's the leader tonight. Back to the 2-point lead at 30-28. It's been a strong, and that's Shaw. It was an excuse me foul, but he knew it. He was about to grab the top of his head. That is the 15th foul. They're 2 away from getting into the bonus.
Now, if the Bruins are able to get into the bonus in this one with several minutes left, that's going to be huge.
Again, lots of rotation. The wing guards are doing it. Big three. No, it's just a little bit too far outside of the range of Mills Terry.
Mills Terry's been wanting that three over the top of Aiden Shaw all night long.
So again, taking their time. Jackson Christian using some time off this possession. They're playing the kind of game that they wait for the open look. And almost a steal, and it is. It's going to be a one-on-one battle against Shaw. Mills Terry, and it was blocked at the 11th hour, and it's picked up by Zach Creasy.
Right back the other way, and I thought the Bruins were going to be able to get a basket out of that one.
Probably should have at that point. 5 minutes remaining.
The Bruins really need to stop here. There's 5 minutes left in the game.
And the travel taking a step too quickly.
They'll get it, but at this point in the ball game, even though there's several minutes left, every possession is so important. You don't want to fall behind more than one possession.
4:55 remaining. Bruins a chance again to tie it or take the lead. And here we go with Smith. Working against Traylor. This has been a swarming defense on the part of Jackson Christian. They're hard to penetrate. They'd love to get one down low to Raleigh Seals once again because he has an advantage over Jalen Mosley. And again, they are right on top of every pass and the foul.
Foul's going to be called on DJ Traylor. And at this point, every foul gets the Bruins closer to that bonus.
Yep, this will be played on the side. The next foul puts them in the bonus. And we're almost halfway through this final quarter.
Brady Smith wanted a foul there on Traylor, or a technical foul.
And we've got timeout. The Eagles still on top by 2, but we got a lot of work to do, so stay with us.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The Eagles led it 27-26 at the end of 3. We have played almost 4 minutes in this fourth quarter, and the edge has been 3-2 in favor of Jackson Christian. So it's going to be one that probably is in the 30s when we get to the end of this one.
And this one is hard to know who's going to be on top when you get to the end of this one. It's a 2-point ball game right now, but the Bruins are eyeing that bonus, and if they get in that, it's going to be bad news for the Eagles.
Stone Cipher to toss it in. Let's see what kind of play Jeff Jones drew up. Seals picked up by Creasy. Got to be careful of the pivot foot. Here goes one. It looked like he was going to try to take it down the lane, but they go underneath. No call. And from the corner, the three is there.
Yes, Steve, yes, all day long. Brady Smith's going to make that in the clutch.
Brady Smith. That's his third three-pointer of the game. Bruins lead it 31-30.
Now what the Bruins need to do with the lead, get a stop here, go be aggressive in the paint, make the Eagles foul, and get in the bonus.
JC has been, and he throws it right into the hands of Mills Terry, 12th turnover.
Mills Terry anticipated that pass right there, jumped before it was even thrown, and it ended up right in his hands.
Bruins have never had a lead any larger than 3, and it overshooting it. Oh, my goodness. Raleigh Seals felt he had it, and he did have it.
Aiden Shaw with a big flop on that one, trying to get a call, but Raleigh Seals just unable to get it done.
You felt every heart sinking about 8 feet into the ground on that shot. The jumper is not there. The offensive rebound is there for Ridgely Reagan.
Ridgely Reagan did a good job there of being aggressive, getting that board, trying to throw it back up, and drawing the foul.
And he goes to the line for 2 because he was in the formation of shooting. Reagan tonight with 6, 7. We're tied once again. The drama is building here at USJ. Second one is not there. Raleigh Seals his 3rd rebound.
Those rebounds have been huge for the Bruins in the second half. It's a tie ball game. The Bruins got to score in this possession.
Better than a soap opera. Underneath, wide open. Owen Stonecipher.
And look at that pass from Mills Terry. He wasn't even looking in that direction, but he knew that Owen Stonecipher was going to be there ready.
Defense just went to sleep, and that goes too high for DJ Traylor, and it is another turnover. It's Bruin basketball. And this is huge, Alexander, because if they score here, 2-possession game, probably with 2 minutes or less remaining.
That is a big turnover for the Eagles. Trying to get too aggressive with it. They got sloppy. That could cost them big.
And the foul.
Uh-oh. Now they're in the bonus, Steve.
This is the bonus. We got 2:05 to go, and if he nails the front end of this 1-and-1, now are they not? Yeah, that is the 7th team foul. The official was going over to the side.
Sometimes you've got to tell them what's what. If I've got to head down there and tell them, I'll let them know. It was supposed to be in the bonus.
I know they'd appreciate that. Mills Terry with a big free throw right here.
I think if I did that, you wouldn't see me commentating anymore USJ basketball.
Right through the heart.
That's a clutch one right there for Mills Terry.
This to make it a 2-possession lead with just over 2 minutes remaining. He does not get it, and that comes off to DJ Traylor.
Big possession right here for the Eagles, and a big one on the defensive end of things for the Bruins. If they get a stop here, it'd be huge.
They don't need to tie it with a 3 at this stage. Seals is all over Irvin.
Raleigh Seals, a great job of applying that pressure, but not committing a foul.
14th turnover and timeout, 30-second timeout called by Jackson Christian. We'll be back for the wrap-up after this.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Bruins lead it 34-31, a minute 50 to go, and they have the ball. Expect a press on the throw-in from Jackson Christian, trying to rattle the inbounds play.
Steve, what they've got to do here is continue to move the ball because the Eagles are going to go to that foul, what you just saw right there.
Very quickly. They got to be patient with it and almost lost it, and they did. That was a case of being just too impatient with the basketball.
Stonecipher hits the deck.
And here we go. And down the stretch he goes.
Brady Smith adding on here, and that is huge.
Off the turnover. 15 turnovers now for Jackson Christian. Raleigh Seals commits the foul, but he's got 3 to waste.
You've got plenty of fouls, so don't shake your head too much. Move on. Forget about that one. Move right on to the next play.
36-31, biggest lead of the night for the Bruins. And timeout called by Jeff Jones. A minute 21 to go. We'll take one more break. We got high drama continuing. Stay with us.
championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
A big factor in this game, 18 points off turnovers. USJ has capitalized on. They forced 15 turnovers on the Eagles. If you are Jackson Christian, again, staying in your rotation, being patient, 81 seconds remain. And this guy is one that you always believe it's going to be in his hands. There's a steal once again. It is a foul.
I'm telling you right now, when the game is on the line, Brady Smith is one of the most clutch people I have ever seen.
The foul is on Jaden Irvin. There were some fouls who wanted an intentional foul on that to break up what was sure to be a down the stretch for Brady Smith. If he connects on this first one, it is a full two-possession lead. And he does.
Brady Smith's getting ready to wave bye-bye to the Eagles.
USJ is bringing everybody back down court on defense. Excellent for Brady Smith off the turnover.
I'm telling you, he is so clutch, Steve.
Getting close to the 1 minute mark. They have to play with some urgency. Big bomb, three, off the mark. And the rebound high for it is Brady Smith.
Bruins now with the ball down on their side of the court. The Eagles have to foul. It's looking bad now for the Eagles.
52 seconds remaining. It is a three-possession lead, but every free throw that drops is going to make it more and more difficult for a comeback by the Eagles.
Brady Smith has 7 points in this quarter and 2 big steals, Steve.
Wallace Driver at the line. Yes. Only 4 points tonight for Driver, but he has been all over the place on defense, and here is another big one. No. Not a bad miss, though.
The Eagles have to go quickly. At this point, you're really in desperation. You've got to throw up a three. You don't have time to make all these passes.
No, you cannot pass, and the 2-3 zone is giving them all kinds of problems. The bomb, it's there. DJ Traylor, you had a feeling that somebody was going to hit a bomb from outside, and he did. There are only 3. We're going to keep it right here. They're only 3 of 11 tonight now with that one, but it was crucial because it is now back to a 2-possession lead at 39-34. And Alexander, you got to believe they are going to press on the toss-in.
They're going to press, and they're going to have to go right to that foul because they're still down 2 possessions. You don't want to see USJ work 8, 10, 15 seconds off the clock.
17 points for Brady Smith. He's the game leader, and he has done just about everything you could expect for him tonight. DJ Traylor has 10, and Aiden Shaw 12 for Jackson Christian. But this has been a terrific fourth quarter. As defensive as this game is, the Bruins have shown more offensive prowess than we've seen in the entire game. It's Seals to toss it in, and they're back in the stack. He's got to hurry. Trying to get it back, and they do. Double teaming the ball, but it goes right off literally off the hands of Owen Stonecipher.
Stonecipher doing a good job there of breaking up the pass. You already committed the turnover for the Bruins.
Now you got to know they've got fouls to waste. Traylor takes it all the way down, and they give it to him. Timeout called again. We'll keep it right here once again. You knew they were going to have a comeback in them. 39-36.
And it looks like Driver tried to commit the foul right before Traylor drove in there, but he didn't get the call, and that unfortunately made a basket for Traylor.
That's the big thing is once this ball is tossed in with 20.9 seconds remaining, And you got to think about, who do you want it to get into?
Well, at this point of the ball game, you've got to go to Brady Smith. 7 points here in this fourth quarter, 2 big steals, some clutch free throws. He's the guy you want the ball in the hands of.
The key thing is not walking right into the double team as we saw on that most recent turnover, because that's where you begin to get rattled. And this team is very well schooled in making come from behind options.
And, of course, this is a team that had a big come-from-behind win over Trinity earlier this year. A big highlight, 3/4 of a court winning shot.
Back in the stack.
You've got to get it in.
And he's double-teamed once again, but the foul is going to be called this time. And that's probably going to be on Zach Creasy. Yeah.
A little bit of break there as Stonecipher's fouled.
So they're going to keep everybody back on defense once again. And this is a double bonus now. That's the 10th team foul.
If you make one of these, it's going to be a 2-possession ball game.
So Owen Stonecipher, he's not been to the line tonight. We'll watch it with you. Nope. Nope, just rolled off.
This one right here is really big. You miss this one, it's a 1-possession game, but if you make it, you're up 4 points.
This one is huge. He nailed it.
Now you just got to buckle up here, play defense. Let them take a shot if they've got one. Just don't commit a foul.
And it's Vaughn who wanted to put up a big one. They're down to 8 seconds left. No, it's not there. And the rebound and the foul. Foul is on Ridgely Reagan. And this looks like it's going to fall into the hands of the Bruins tonight.
Bruins getting it done late here in the fourth quarter. They have been clutch. They really cleaned it up after that first half.
That was a huge rebound down underneath by Owen Stonecipher. We did get to 40. And here we go. Owen's got 2.
Yep.
Nailed it.
This is where you breathe a sigh of relief if you're a Bruins fan. You can see them standing up. They're getting a little excited here.
And he has nailed it. They're going to go home happy. Timeout is called. We'll again keep it right here.
This is one of those where you got to try to win the ball game. You got to call timeout, got to commit a foul, but this one's all but over.
It seemed as though for a moment that we might be headed for an old-fashioned buzzer beater. It didn't happen that way, but you got to hand it to the defensive effort, because they have forced 6 turnovers in this fourth quarter against JCS, and 2 of them went for coast-to-coast baskets. And the other factor in this is that in this game they have capitalized and scored 20 points off turnovers.
Ridiculous numbers there, Steve. The Bruins forcing those turnovers all night long, and like you said, capitalizing off them for 20 out of their 42 points. That's defense turning right into offense.
Well, it's been a team effort. Brady Smith with the 17 points, but in this fourth quarter, in which they've come alive and hit 16 points and have held JCS to 9, this has been a huge defensive team effort. They've got everybody spread out, and all he can do is put up a big, long one. And that's it.
And the Bruins fans are excited here, Steve. This one looked like it was coming down to the wire, but a big fourth quarter and third quarter from the Bruins gets it done.
Well, as we said, it had to come down to a flurry. And that's what you had here in this situation. The Eagles also could not hit well from three-point range, 3 out of 13 tonight. So 42-36 is your final, getting revenge for the loss 2.5 weeks ago on JCS's floor. It's almost an identical score, just flip-flop the teams. And so Bruin fans can go home happy tonight. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll give you the final scoring and stats.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
We are a team composed of highly skilled physical therapists with new school treatment approaches and old school customer service principles. We are a community presence because we know our foundation rests in relationship building and involvement. We are leaders in this industry and we're putting in time daily to develop that aspect of thinking. We're more than a business. We're a team composed of individuals governed by a set of core values. We're more than a physical therapy company. We're a movement in the profession. We are your premier physical therapy team in West Tennessee.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way. Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Well, as we've said many times, this was a dandy tonight, and it took a fourth quarter where USJ stayed focused, forced turnovers in crucial situations that really took the momentum away from Jackson Christian and ended up with a 42-36 victory, and it was a huge one, and it certainly left this place with the huge number of USJ fans coming away from here happy tonight. Just running down our stats very quickly here, you look at the field goal percentages in the game tonight, and it was hugely on the side of USJ because And a lot of the big factor of that is in three-pointers because USJ was 5 out of 10 from behind the arc. And when you're shooting in the low 20s, as you did with JCS, they were 3 out of 13 tonight. And that was a big factor because they could not hit well from outside. Another big factor was free throws down the stretch. The edge, particularly in the fourth quarter, 7 out of 10 in that final period for USJ, and that was crucial free throws by Brady Smith, Wallace Driver, Mills Terry, and Owen Stonecipher. Owen with 3 out of 4 down the stretch. Rebounding, USJ lost the edge in that one 17-13, but they forced 17 turnovers on the part of JCS and only committed 13 themselves. Big factor here, Alexander, 20 points off turnovers in the game that USJ managed to corral to only 10 for Jackson Christian. And with that 6-point victory, that was a major factor, particularly in the fourth quarter, capitalizing on a couple of big transition baskets off turnovers.
Absolutely. The Bruins able to outscore the Eagles in the fourth quarter 16-9. And as you mentioned, off turnovers. They scored 20 points on the night off turnovers and 17 turnovers for the Eagles, particularly those down the stretch that really made a difference in the ballgame.
Well, and they had to offset a tremendous night by Aiden Shaw, although in the second half they held him to only 3 points, all in the fourth quarter. DJ Traylor came in with some strong baskets, and we're going to give you these final scoring totals here. For Jackson Christian, 12 points each for Aiden Shaw and for DJ Traylor, 7 for Ridgely Reagan. And on the other side of the coin, you only had one guy in double figures, and you can just about guess who that was. He had 7 of them in the fourth quarter. He only had 5 points at halftime, but picked up 12 in the second half, and that was Brady Smith, including 2 big three-pointers in the second half. He had 3 in the entire game, 17 points. He added 2 rebounds to his total. Owen Stonecipher, what can you say about him tonight? 9 points, including 5 down the stretch in the last 3 minutes that included 3 out of 4 free throws, and really he did the free throws that put the game on ice. He had 9, and so you had 4 each for Mills Terry, Wallace Driver, Abe Stonecipher, you got to hand him credit for coming in off the bench, and Raleigh Seals with 4. And you might say, okay, they were all single digits, but every single one of those were important in this contest tonight, Alexander.
Absolutely. It looked like one that was going to come right down to the wire, and as we were saying, every rebound, every point was huge, and actually those mounted up. The rebounds that the Bruins got, the points that they got mounted up, and they were able to take a 6-point lead.
Well, our player of the game for Worthy Road Studios and the Ballpark Blitz Sports Network, no question about it tonight, Brady Smith with 12 of his 17 points in the second half, 7 of them in the final period. 17 points, he added 2 rebounds. He had 4 steals in the game. And so he is our player of the game. Congratulations to him, but also to the entire Bruin team for an outstanding performance in that final 8 minutes, as you mentioned, when they came up with 16 points and held the Eagles to 9, the only quarter that I think probably they've been held that low during the course of this season. And there were a lot of people, in fact, there are a lot of people still out here taking pictures of some of these Bruins who are coming out of the locker room. And so it's been a good one tonight. The Lady Bruins came through also with another victory tonight. They have just been on a roll of late, 54-43 over JCS. It was not as dominant as it was in the game they played 2.5 weeks ago, but they got the job done in the third quarter, and that was the big factor where that was concerned. So it's been a good night, Alexander, and I think we've enjoyed being here, hopefully as much as the fans have enjoyed watching.
Absolutely. 2 big wins for the Bruins over hometown rivals, and you've got more basketball coming up on Friday.
I got more basketball on Friday here on the Ballpark Blitz Sports Network, as we'll have USJ right back here against Tipton Rosemark Academy. Great way to spend a Friday evening. Come on out and support the Bruins just like you did tonight and last Friday night, and it should be a very good evening. So we are about to wrap things up here. Of course, the executive producer of Worthy Road Sports and Of course, Ballpark Blitz Sports Network is Paul Schultze. And I'm not sure that I've got all the list, but you're going to see the folks who made this game possible on your screens here tonight. And they just did an outstanding job, as they always do. We certainly do. We certainly do want to congratulate and thank them for everything they do, the setup and the crew work and the outstanding camera work they did. And they actually do 2 different feeds. They're doing the feed for Jackson Christian as well as for our folks here at USJ tonight. So thank you, crew, one and all, for all of your fine efforts tonight. And so, till we're with you again Friday night with more Bruin basketball for Alexander Bitterly, this is Steve Beverly saying so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.